in love now.
She came back, didn't ask for karma. She be close, so I had to palm her. And I ain't talking cold. Pushing pain at this point. Probably push through, I pray my own. Why tear all of it down, burn it down. Forget London bridges, not lost kid is burning now. Why tear all of it down, burn it down. Forget London bridges, not lost kid is burning now.
Well. AR, I don't know about you, but it feels nice to be on 3 points again.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Welcome back to the Project Prem. My name's KLS, and I'm joined by the good old AR. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm AR, guest of the show. I'm new here, so Arsenal fan. Yeah.
So we got an Arsenal. Wait, is that 3 points that I hear? Oh, yeah, it must be.
Clean sheet too, right?
Bro, free. Look, it's not easy being cheesy, but it's hard for some teams to get 3 points. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Sacrifice. We're gonna get comfy, and remember, the Project Prem is an open community. You can join in whenever. You can message people that are in the description. Trimless Gooners or myself socials are in the description. Every 9 p.m. Be there or be square. Every 9 p.m. In fact, we'll put a little banner up right now. But we're gonna get straight into it. 3 points. Talk to me. How does 3 points feel?
I mean, it feels pretty good. Of course, we didn't win like big, but I mean, a win is a win. Crystal Palace are a good team. I don't really understand the set piece criticism, but that's another topic for another day. We won, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. I mean, if we had lost or drawn, everyone will complain. But I mean, you have to just take it, stride by stride. It's still game week 9, so I'm not going to overreact to anything. But I'll say it was a very good win. Of course, it's unfortunate Saliba got injured again, but I mean, his replacement was Square has been pretty good recently, so I'm not too worried about that. I just hope we don't rush him back again. So
do you think now a panic button's been pressed within Arsenal? Now Saliba's gone. Mascara's very good.
No, I highly doubt that. I'll say because Mascara has been so good, right? I think it was last season, right? Would have I would have written off the season basically. But now that we have Mascara, I mean, it's not that he's as good as Saliba, but he covers for him well enough to where we don't really miss a beat. You know what I mean? So it is quite worrying though that we've had so many injuries this early. I'm not sure why that is. Especially a lot of non-contact injuries. I can't really explain that, to be honest. Maybe it's just variance, but it is quite worrying. But I'm quite happy with our depth so far. So we're not really struggling on that front, but it's quite worrying, the injury situation at the moment.
And you have to remember, Calafiori is more of a centre back than he is a left back.
That's true.
He can always come aside in there if Mascara's out again.
That's true. But I mean, if we have 6-7 players out and it's not even November, what happens when we get to December? There's the Christmas crunch. We're playing 3 games a week. Can we really handle the intensity? I mean, so far the answer would be no, but we'll have to see where it goes. I mean, this is the same thing that did us in last season. Too many injuries at the wrong time. So, I mean, it's good from our management that we were able to identify this issue and we got a lot of players in, a lot of cover in, so we don't really feel the effects too much. But I mean, a few more injuries and we're definitely going to start to bite our nails. I mean, Gyökeres has had to play every single game this season because he has no backup. And Martinelli is now out. So, I mean, our forward line is basically Trossard, Gyökeres, Saka, and, I mean, Waneri. Unless you count Dauman in there. But we're already getting thin on that front. So we just have to manage our workload, really.
But I hear Madueke is out for the rest of the season. Or it's a long recovery.
Yes, I heard that. I'm not too sure. They didn't really give too many details about it. Just said it was a meniscus injury. That's quite a broad term. Meniscus is quite a broad term. There's been no specifics so far. I'm not sure. I mean, that might just lend to it being more worrying than it is.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
We're joined now by Funds as well. Funds, introduce yourself. Okay, Funds is not here. But I know what 3 points feels like, so I'll speak on his behalf. The 3 points feel amazing. But we're going to get started. Clean slate. We're going to start off. See how normally Trimless is the boss. Trimless throws around the rules. Trimless comes over and says, this is what we're going to talk about here. I'm careless, and we're going to do stuff differently. We're actually going to go back to fourth. We're actually going to start with the teams that we seem to don't have fans in within the WhatsApp and the community. So, for example, Tottenham, we don't have any Tottenham fans. We don't have any Man City fans. We used to have a Chelsea fan. I'm not too sure if Chelsea fans are still about. They're not as active, but mind you,
Not as vocals. Not as vocal.
But yeah, we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off at Tottenham. Tottenham beat Everton 3-0. Okay, moving on. We got Chelsea lose to Sunderland. Anyway, Manchester United. I don't mind speaking on behalf of the United fans when I say, this is something that we don't feel very often. We don't feel wins. We barely scrape draws. To now go 3 in a row, we're 2 steps closer for my man getting a haircut. And I couldn't be more. My man's going to get a haircut.
I think he should get the haircut in Carrington, to be honest. Like United training ground.
I'd be fuming if he got a haircut and he didn't go completely bald.
I mean, kind of has to at this point. How many months has it been? Like, how many years?
I don't want hair. I want skin. At this point, we've worked very hard for it. Let's talk about Brian Mbeumo. Now, I'm going to raise an argument, and people in the comments and AR yourself, I'd really love a discussion here because we hear so much about Wirtz is the biggest flop, but then Cunha's only just started stepping in, and then Simmons isn't doing much at Tottenham. But surely Brian Mbeumo is up there for one of the most anti-flops. I can't think of what the word is, but he's got to be one of the signings of the summer. Surely.
I mean, the thing with players like Mbeumo and Cunha, I mean, when I was seeing the 007 memes, I was quite confused because when I watched them play, these are class players. Like, you not just forget the goals and assists. When I watch Cunha and Mbeumo play, I'm like, what team in the Prem does Mbeumo not start for, apart from Liverpool? I mean, to be honest, he's playing better than Salah this season. Let's say outside Arsenal, Liverpool, he starts for Chelsea easily. He starts for Man City easily. I'm sorry, Savinho, Doku, they don't start over Mbeumo or Cunha, right? Cunha and Mbeumo, you see, they're Prem proven. If a guy can get 16 goals, 15 goals for Wolves or Brentford, limited service, in those type of teams, what happens when they go to a big team like United? I mean, realistically, I think they just need time to gel because not everyone can be like Haaland, come in and score 10 goals in their first, 5 games or anything. I think we just need more patience with the signings. It's the same thing with Wirtz. I think Wirtz is gonna come good. I don't think he's a bad player. I just think he's hadn't had enough time. He's coming in from a foreign league. I don't think we need to give these signings more time, really. And you can see with Mbeumo. I mean, he's class. He's just class. I'm sorry.
And now we're finally back with funds. Just ever so quickly, what does 3 points within? How does that feel?
Can't lie, it's a different feeling now, man. It's a different feeling. It feels good. Man. We're going in the right direction for now.
Yeah.
The players and the managers have been proving a lot of us supporters wrong, because they've been heavily criticised and rightfully so. But it's good to get 3 points, man. 3 in a row as well, which is going to gain us more confidence during the season.
What was your overall thought of the team? Because I'm watching the team and I'm thinking there are parts where I'm seeing Luke Shaw where the lot should be on the right, and then Ahmad Diallo, and then I'm seeing a lot further up when the ball's half. What was your vision? What was you seeing the game as?
I thought we started well. We suffered a little bit. First 10 minutes was a bit cagey-ish. We started well, and then they responded. Brighton did. They responded very well, and they gave us a few scares, and then obviously Cunha ended up scoring, which was good. I think. I feel like the players needed to start fast that game, because after the win from Liverpool, you cannot come into this game, because obviously this is an even bigger game, because you got to keep the streak going. You know what I mean? We've managed to get the 2 in a row, which we haven't done in over a year, and now the next game was Brighton. We need you lot to perform now, which is an even bigger game to prove us wrong. And they needed to start fast, because starting laid back would mean you're a bit overconfident. You're taking this not too seriously because of where we are and how we've been performing. So I think we started well. And then when they responded, we suffered a bit. And then we got the goal. And then from when we got the goal, it was pretty much our game, really. Then Casemiro got the goal. They could say it's our own goal, but regardless, it's still our goal. We take them, don't we? And and then from then on, I wouldn't say we controlled the game, but we managed the game in our favour, to the point where Brighton weren't as good. You know what I'm saying? So we'll make them do mistakes, or make them do wrong decision making on the ball. But to be fair, their attack was decent, man. And shout out to Trimless, underrated Danny Welbeck, you know what I mean? But no, we all know the threat Brighton bring in general on the football pitch, bro. But yeah, I thought we didn't play too bad. Now with the Dallo situation, 90% of our fan base does not rate Dallo. Let's be real.
No.
Yeah, but true. I think that's harsh.
Why is that?
I think he's a good squad player. I mean, he can play right back, left back. He drops like consistently like 5 or 6 out of 10. He doesn't really drop like disaster classes, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think he's a squad player for sure. But the thing is, Ruben Amorim has put him that much trust on him that he's getting.
Yeah, but
he's not a
who would you rather play? Who would you rather play though?
Probably Dorgu.
On the right.
Mazraoui.
No, on the left, on the right, Mazraoui. Yeah.
I don't think Mazraoui is an overlapping fullback, to be honest. He's never done that in his career.
I don't see Mazraoui as a right wing back either. I'd rather play him in the.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. He's never done that in his career. He's always been like, the inverted type, even in Ajax. And when he was in Bayern, he always used to come inside. I mean, it depends what kind of system you play. I'll say it's good to have different profiles. I mean, it doesn't hurt to have Dallo. It's not like he's earning 300K a week and like, ruining a wage bill or something. Like if you wanted to replace him and get like a serviceable, like a right back, left back, a combo defender who could play right on the left, you're probably paying like 30 million realistically, right? Like how many players can do that? Like play on the right and the left consistently, not to a world class level, but to a serviceable level, and he never gets injured.
Yeah, you're wrong. You're right. You're right about that, bro. It's understandable, but at the end of the day, bro, you could say that, and that could all be in his factors, bro. But it don't really help out on the pitch, bro. Because when you're starting week in, week out, we say here he's a squad player, right? But for the past year or so, he's been starting week in, week out. So it's not even
because he's never injured. He's never injured.
There you go, bro. But unfortunately, bro, we see a lot of deficiencies more than good.
And the thing is, with the lot,
that will have to be addressed.
When the lot's good, Jay, is terrific. Like back end of last season when we had Van Nistelrooy, when Ten Hag went, I was saying I think he's the most underrated right back in the league. Whereas
even when we had the horrible season with Ten Hag, he was our best player, bro.
Yeah, it was. It is what I mean. When he's good, he's terrific, and I do think he's wildly unappreciated. But when he's bad, like he is useless.
He's useless.
This has been 3 games in a row where he's been on the left, and then Diallo and Boomer will cross it in, and he's complete, and like the ball's in front of him, and he's completely missed it. Like, it's all right being available every week, but you play for Man United, you can't keep acting like a hologram. The ball goes through him so easy, and at times when they're on a counter attack, we've got to remember, as good as Dalot is defensively as he can be, his tracking's awful. Like, again, like I previously mentioned, like against Brighton, the ball's at the halfway line and Dalot's still up there. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I favour Dorgu more because I think Dorgu fits that role perfectly. Whereas, and the way I looked at it is Dorgu, Dalot's not that great in his normal position anyway. Then you put him in a position that's not his position, and it's kind of like, well, what do you expect? I don't disregard his ability, but you can't tell me he goes to play for Portugal, then he's defending next door. Well, obviously he has defended with Pepe. He's on a squad with Ronaldo that's constantly like giving him feedback, especially at his time at United as well as Portugal. You've got Vitinho, João Neves are all coming up with so much talent, and then you come to United, and it's like a half-assed effort. You play with top quality players internationally, but I'd switch you in a heartbeat. So that's kind of where I go with Dalot. I think if he wanted to, he can be good, but I think a lot of the time he is sloppy. And I think we've got to remember as well, he's 26. I reckon we pull trigger on him and get him gone, because we get 40 mil from him easy. Because now we already know how.
Okay, then how much are you signing? How much are you signing a replacement for?
Probably 40 mil again. Well,
so what's the point?
So for better players, Dorgu came a lot cheaper than what we'd sell Dalot for. But yet, Dorgu does better on the left than Dalot, though. Do you see what I'm saying? And the thing is...
But I don't think he's even had a single assist for United.
No, but when he's running up in that... Like, when he came on against Liverpool, you notice him straight away.
I noticed that. What did he do?
He's on Frimpong. Like, he's like glued to Frimpong. Whereas Dalot, he plays the full 90 minutes... And at the end of it, I've got nothing good to say about him. That's the issue with Dalot. And what doesn't help him is Amorim's so ignorant and so stubborn about moving players, like how he keeps playing Bruno in a centre mid role, keeps playing Dalot on the left. He won't get dropped. So it's almost putting Bruno Fernandes sort of pressure on Dalot, which doesn't help. So that's my stance on him, but. That's my opinion. But moving forward, funds. Does this make you more confident? More confident going into bigger teams such as Spurs, who we've got after Forest, and then obviously we'll backtrack and play Arsenal again and Liverpool and Chelsea, etc., etc.
We need to get a result against Spurs, to be honest with you. Past few meetings, it ain't been great. We've more or less lost or drawn with them. Yeah. So we need to get points off them as well. The confidence. I don't know if confidence would be the right word, but I'm more happier that we can go into these games, and my mind has changed a little bit. Whereas before, I'd be more negative and more, way more constructive. So yeah. I'll probably say I'm more happier going into these games because of the form we're on right now. So yeah, I would say that's probably the best wording to say, because for me to change my mind, you've got to go on a lot of wins, bro. A lot of wins.
Yeah, that's true.
We're safe in the position of the top of the table. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll say
yeah, that makes sense. But I'll be honest, right? I think it's good United won 3 in a row, but when I actually watch United, The Liverpool game, I don't know how they won that game. Like, they were actually terrible. I'll be completely honest. Liverpool should have probably scored like 6 or 7 another day. So, I mean, I don't think you can take many positives from that. I think United are playing the exact same, except like, they're just finishing the chances. I think the defense is still way too open. They concede too many like high XG chances. Like they like a lot of random they lose the ball here, the guy's in on goal. Just a lot of like cheap giveaways. I would say. I think they need to become more solid. I don't know how they do that, to be honest, because I don't know if they have the personnel for it. I just think Maguire, Delict, they're like walking calamities for the most part. So I don't know if they can really fix that aspect of their defense, but I'll say their attack is going to be good to the end of the season. Mbeumo and Cunha, I mean, they've woken up. So I mean, they'll score a lot of goals, but I think they also leak a lot of goals. So I don't know how they'll fare well against Spurs. I think Spurs probably edge it 1-0, just because Frank has made them really solid at the back. And I still don't trust United's defense. So yeah.
Do you not trust them if you've got Yoro, Delict, and Martinez? Because Martinez comes back very soon.
Yeah, okay, but the question is, what version of Martinez are we getting? He's not played football in how many months? Is he gonna be the same aggressive Martinez, or is he gonna be like more timid because of his injury?
I guess we'll have to find out. But you've got to remember as well, and Big C's pointed this out a lot of times. When Spurs go into games, they play games, and over needs one mistake at the back, and then they don't seem to find.
I was gonna say I don't agree with the. I was gonna say I don't think I agree with the Spurs are solid. I think they've gotten a little bit better fluidity and their play and whatnot, but I still think defensively they're not that great.
I mean, in terms of goals conceded, I mean, they've not conceded that many.
But so far, who's Spurs actually played?
I mean, they kept a clean sheet against City away from home.
We're forgetting they lost to Bournemouth.
True, but I mean, Bournemouth also scored 2
Spurs are always going to be one of them weird teams, man. They're always going to be one of them weird teams, bro.
Especially because they're in a transitional stage at the moment. I mean, they have quite a few injuries, but Madison, Kulusevski, it's not a surprise that creativity is lacking. I don't expect their attack to be good, but as long as Van de Ven and Romero are fit, one of them is fit, the defense will always be solid.
Look, I don't disagree with the players themselves, but I think it's more of the setup they play. Because the thing is, if your manager tells the defense you've got to stay back in, blah blah blah, when you've got a player like Van der Ven that's so used to just getting the ball and because of how quick he is just running up the pitch, I think that can let in a lot of goals too because he doesn't want to be restricted. Whereas you see when it comes to United, the way we played against Brighton, like just the way the second Mbeumo gets the ball, it's a different game. Like I don't think Tottenham have the left back for it. I don't think Tottenham have the right back for it. Going on Cunha's side, and again, like with Mickey being, maybe this is like wild, but I'm thinking if Mickey van der Ven's trying to always be like a bit more forward because he's quick and he knows he can get back, all it's going to take is one little slip up from him. And then Sesko's in for a shot, or Mbeumo's in for a shot, or Cunha's in for a shot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I hear you. Makes sense. That makes sense. I think it'll be a tight game. I don't expect 5-6 goals.
Oh, 100%. I don't think it'll be a high-scoring game because I think Amarin's he must have learned by now that you can't just throw your guns blazing first 25 minutes against Spurs because we did that in the Champions League, the Europa League final, and well, look how that kind of turned out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But no, moving forward, after watching the game, and I said this on the post-match video I made, is Sesko finally turning up in these games? And I say this because I think a lot of people will disagree because he's not scoring like he should be. Obviously, he got an assist, but obviously from Benjamin Sesko and from 90 million, you expect at least to be on 8 goals by now. I think the shot against Brighton where he shot it and it hit the side, all right, it hit the side netting, but he's now finding space where he can actually get the shot off. Whereas, if this were 2 weeks ago and he couldn't find space and everything else, all Man United fans would go, get him off. He can't even find space. And I said this against Arsenal, I said it against Grimsby, and I said it against Fulham. Benjamin Sesko plays and he struggles to find space where he can get in a position where he can get a shot off, where he can everything, And then we played Brighton just, and I'm seeing him, he's dinking the ball over for a little assist. He's getting in that position where he's actually getting shots off now, and he's just moving a bit more
confident.
More like he knows what he's doing now, more like he's adjusting quicker. So that's the question, really. Do you think Sesko's finally going to turn up the notch moving forward from now, considered we're 10, 11 games in?
I mean, the only way for him now is up. I don't think he can really play worse than he's played in the past few games. But I mean, watching him, the main thing is Sesko was always seen as a project. No one really expected him to hit the ground running. Last season, he scored 13 goals for Leipzig in the Bundesliga, so it's not like he's always been prolific. I think you just have to take your time with him. He's learning on the job, and yeah, I mean, he has some good touches. To be honest, his hold-up play is really good. So the more game time he has with people like Mbeumo and Cunha, and he knows how to play with them, I think he'll definitely get better in the future. I don't think fans need to temper the expectations for these new signings, because not everyone is. I keep saying it. Not everyone is Haaland that scores 10 goals in the first 5 games. That's an anomaly. But that's what people with no social media era. Everyone is always comparing 007 memes, or this guy scored 10 goals in his first XYZ game. It's like you just need patience, to be honest. Like, look at Saliba. It took him 3-4 seasons before he became a starter at Arsenal. People were calling him a flop.
This is what I'm saying. And I think, whether it's bias, I say this, but I do believe Sesko's got too much accolades to never be as good as he was portrayed to. I think at some point he's always going to be. But Funds, what do you think? Do you think Sesko's now finally turning up, or do you think he's going backwards?
I think he's still got a bit to do. It's not great, but you can see the little potentials here and there. I was frustrated with him quite a bit on the Brighton game, to be honest, because I felt like he could have held the ball a bit better. Yeah, we praise him for his hold-up play, but I felt like his hold-up play against Brighton was a bit shaky. I think the physical aspect of English football, I don't think he's got that quite yet. He's still, adjusting with the physical side of stuff. I still think he's not clicked in with the other 2 strikers yet, with Mbeumo and Cunha. Obviously, you see glimpses here and there. He gave the assist for, I think it was Mbeumo's goal, one of Mbeumo's goal as well. So it's like you can see the clicks, you can see the potential and whatnot. But sooner or later, judges and critics will come out.
Yep.
And they'll be even more harsh. So he's got to find it quick. He's adjusting with the speed and the physical side of it. So you can see it. You can clearly see it. But, got to apply it now, You need to see results now, you know what I'm saying? Because other players are finally, performing the past few games. So we need you to step up a bit. But the only thing I'll say is I'm not really gonna get into him too much, because he's only started 3 games, and we've played like 11. So it's like, he's come on for the rest. But as a striker, you need to start pretty much every game to know what you're doing, and you know what I'm saying, getting minutes and that. Cool, you're coming on, but really and truly, bro, we've bought him for 80, 90 M's, bro. He should be starting every game.
100%.
He should be, bro. He should be starting every game, bro.
And on that note, what did Amanda think about The Athletic saying Benjamin Sesko's the worst signing?
I mean, they didn't say that. They interviewed a bunch of agents who said it was the worst signing.
Yes, Mandem.
We're telling me Big C.
Yes,
what have I missed, Mandem?
We're chatting United. We're going to get onto Arsenal very soon, but I've just asked, how did Amanda feel about Benjamin Sesko being named the worst transfer so far?
Liked it.
Huh?
And I'm not going to say that. You know, I agree with it. You know why? And it's not. Don't take away my hate for Sesko. Yeah,
Right.
he's not really done it for me. And the best example was he took 3 chances to score his first goal. That doesn't give me confidence for my striker.
Well, how many chances does it take Messi to score?
1 normally.
What do you mean? Ronaldo takes 10 shots a game. Does he score 10 goals?
Oh no! I mean, oh yeah. In that sense, yeah, I get where you're coming from. I'm just saying, like, for me, the sort of striker that I've grown up seeing Man United have, he's not the sort of striker Man United would normally go for.
Who is the striker United would normally go for?
No, I've been growing up. They've been going up with them going up for the Roonies, the Solskjaer, the players that's got a bit more movement that could come deep, and that got pace. That
Before
can beat
United, was Solskjaer famous before United? Or did he grow with the squad?
That's a good question. I think with the Solskjaer, I think he was one of the ones he actually grew the squad. I give you that one with Solskjaer.
Exactly. So, and Rooney grew. He was 16, 17 when he came. Yes, he was a super talent, but you could not say he was a prolific striker when he came.
Well, he wasn't super prolific, but he was doing disgusting stuff. Like, I'll never forget that goal he scored against us at Goodison Park.
Yeah,
like, he
but
was
still,
unreal.
his first season with Everton, I think he scored 6, 7 goals. Like I'm saying, yes, Rooney was a super talent, but he was not like prolific like a Van Nistelrooy.
See, the reason why it's come on, you finish, man. You finish, man.
No, you finish. Okay, I can speak. My point, right, is not that Sesko's been good. It's that you have to give people time. It's been 10 games so far. Saliba took 3-4 seasons before he even started for Arsenal. People were calling him a flop because Arteta was sending him on loan to in France.
Yeah, I get that, but I just feel for him, like, for what they paid for him, right? He expected to hit the ground running. Like, there's no excuses.
No,
true, but everyone knew he was a project, though.
Worth 90
Even Arsenal, I'm an Arsenal fan, right? You can ask anyone. When Arsenal were going for Sesko, the argument was, do we go for a project with Sesko, who has more upside, or do we go for Gyökeres, a sure product? No one thought Sesko would be hit the ground running. No Arsenal fans thought that. Remember, we're looking at Sesko. Even Newcastle fans didn't think that. True, but that's the inflated market.
Yeah, that's the inflated market, yeah. But if I look at it right, 85 was how much money? What's the total price of Sesko?
Probably 80.
All right, let me tell you who you could have got for 80 million that I think would have done better than him. Marcus Thuram at Inter Milan would have done way better than Sesko.
I don't think.
How do you know that?
Because look at the Marcus Thuram. He's built his style of play to me. He's built for the Premier League. He's strong. He's quick. He's got movement. He can finish. He's good in the
Juventus last season, he scored like 13 goals, bro.
Inter Milan.
Inter.
No.
Yeah, but then again, look at who's Inter's main striker is, Lautaro Martinez.
That's true.
Look at who's Inter's main striker is. He's not going to get much chances. Come, let's keep it real.
Okay, but does Thuram have any evidence of being a lone striker in any system and having success?
You talk about Thuram or?
Yeah, Thuram. Any evidence of being a lone striker in any system?
I see. Yeah, right, that part, I mean, sort of formation. I'll probably say I've seen glimpses for the games that I've seen from Inter, and he plays up top by himself. He's been absolute. He's caused mayhem.
Well, Inter always play 3-5-2.
Inter. That's the problem. He doesn't start often for Inter.
Do you think you can say Thuram would have done well? Do you think he would have? I mean, the thing with Inter, people from Inter, right? If he has a bad game with Inter, no one is watching it, right?
If
Sesko has a bad game for United, he has 30,000 people screaming his name. Oh, you're crap! You're this, you're that, right? People saying he's a flop, right? The level of scrutiny, right, and pressure is completely different. You cannot just think, oh, this guy's playing well for Inter, where no one is watching him, right? And say he's going to do as well.
You're right in that sense. Yeah, you're right in that sense. Yeah.
Would you not say there's an argument for Gyökeres though?
Yeah, there is not.
We've got to remember Gyökeres virtually starts every game with 3 goals, and especially with Gyökeres, he came over more than just beating Man City, winning the Gerd Muller Award, having 54 goals in like 53 games, to now coming over in an Arsenal team that's very given. Like it's not like he struggled to get the ball, because when Madueke was on, you know, it was a wing down the lot. And I will say, Madueke being on and being selfish definitely slowed down Gyökeres's.
Okay, let me come back now. See what it is with us here, man. What doesn't help Gyökeres is, me and King say it all the time, it's a sideways passing.
Yeah.
It kills. How you gonna expect a man who's a predator, yeah, to score goals if we're always passing it to the side to cross it in?
True.
It's the way you play. Like, look at Gyökeres, look at it Sported, right? Well, how did they play? Ball over the top.
Very direct. Very direct.
We're not. We're passing the side, cross it in.
I mean, we don't have any midfielder that is like first time through balls. Like, who does that? Odegaard is always passing back. He's doing 1-2 touches. I mean, you kind of
Sorry. Go on, boss. Go on.
Yeah, one more thing with Gyökeres is that you can say, "Oh, Gyökeres is not playing well," but the thing is, which Arsenal attacker is playing well? Our best attacker this season is our centre back, Gabriel.
Facts of a kind of
This is the honest truth. So it's like, it's one thing to say, "Oh, he's not playing well," right? But if everyone is not playing well, then that's a system issue.
I can agree with that, to be fair, with the system thing. But wouldn't you want I know it's not his game either, but wouldn't you want him to drop in deep and just pick up the ball himself and say, "Forget you lot, I'm driving"? Yeah.
Okay, he drops. The thing is, when Arsenal play, we play against teams that usually put 10 behind the ball. So if he drops in deep, then he faces 10 people. What does he do? He has to pass the ball.
That, or he could make something.
You've got to remember as well, Gyökeres is a unit. Like,
that's what I'm saying. You could use that. You're telling me he's not going to be able to pick the ball up from like just past the DMs and just boot the ball forward and run after him and cause chaos. I think he can do that.
But there's no space though. Have you seen it?
He's not that quick. He's not that quick.
Yeah. No, it's a hard topic, man, because like you lot saying, if he's not playing well, it's pretty much the system. Unless the team's playing well and he's not putting the chances away.
You know, it's like
if he's not getting the ball.
Exactly. Deep the second half of Atletico Madrid last week, we switched it up, right? We started playing into him. What did he do? Get 2. But we don't do that enough. We don't do that enough, and that's the thing. We expect it to be like Havertz and the wall. That is not strong point.
The one thing I will say, and it's going against what I said, but the one thing I'd back Gyökeres for is coming to the season, in a new league, and we can agree the first couple of games, like, he was struggling to find that space. Whereas now you watch him now, and he kind of actually is getting in that space, but like C said, you're more crossing and you're more like you're not.
Yeah, he's getting shifted with these passes that he gets. You know?
Like Martinelli, for example,
it drags him out wide and that.
Yeah, like
it's not what you want your striker to be in it, out wide and that. You want him in the box.
When they played Liverpool, me and Tribbers are laughing because we're sat watching it, and Martinelli would be in the middle, like central of the pitch, and he'd start running to the left. Even though like there were a gap here, but he'd still run to the left. And then Madueke would do the same.
Exactly that. That's the problem. But I was thinking about today, there's a way to fix the Gyökeres problem. I'll play him and Kai Havertz up front together. Because Kai Havertz, he can win the ball in there, knock the ball onto Gyökeres running behind.
So is Kai Havertz the answer?
At the minute, yes. Because he's very good in the air, he can win the ball, and he'll put Gyökeres through to run in behind, like what Gyökeres likes to do.
But wouldn't with a player like Gyökeres, wouldn't Arteta then not change his whole style, but just change the way they attack just to fit him in? Because what people don't disregard is Gokra has got the shot like Haaland. 100%. Like, don't get me wrong, he scored a lot of penalties for Sporting Lisbon, but
Not even
like,
did it.
100%. Like, and like with fun saying, like, getting the ball deeper and running to it. There's a goal I watched and one of his highlights because when we were looking to get him, he just shoots and you don't expect a keeper to save it because he's got that much just sheer force on the ball that I don't think you lot are utilising.
I think that's why I said with Havertz, right? Havertz to win the knockdowns, he can run it behind and then let go of them sort of shots.
Yeah. But I don't think he's quick enough to be the last man.
Exactly. But the thing is, the issue is with Havertz now is with these 2 back-to-back ACL things, is he going to come back the same player?
See, this is it.
It's a big problem we've got in January. I'm not going to lie. With Havertz and Jesus, we got problems because we're going to have to start. They're coming back from long-term injuries, and they're not going to be the same.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. I think we need to ease them back in. First of all, and second of all, I think Gyökeres' fate probably lies with Eze. We need Eze to I don't know how to explain it, to gel, because you can still tell Eze is new to the system. I think once he's more comfortable, right, and he takes more risks, then the system can really open up. Because right now I see Eze, he gets the ball, he's passing back, he's passing sideways. Whereas when I watch him in Crystal Palace, exactly. When I watched him in Crystal Palace, he was doing first time through ball to Mateta, trying skills, flicks, 1-2 passes. He's not doing that with Arsenal. Maybe he's scared of losing the ball. I'm not sure. But I mean, it's the same thing I always say with these new signings. You need to give them time to gel. It's probably like he's not familiar, and he doesn't really trust himself yet. So once Eze is more bedded in, I think Gyökeres will probably look much better.
Yeah, and I think Eze is just playing a bit safe at the minute because we all know Arteta's ruthless.
Yeah.
He'll get Arteta will drop him. We've seen it. He's ruthless. He's not a good. That's the one negative about Arteta. He's not a good man manager.
No.
I don't know about that. I mean, apart from Aubameyang and Ozil, who did he have problems
He's got more of a favourites than man management.
I mean, even if you say that,
you can be a good man.
Ben White was his favorite, and now Timber starts every game, so it's not like he's rigid.
Look what he did to Pepe. Look how he throws Pepe out the team.
But Pepe was not good enough. He was either Saka or Pepe, and I'm picking Saka every single time.
Oh, yeah, Saka's Pepe, but Pepe done bits on you. Man needs to stop forgetting that he scored some important goals for Arsenal.
Yeah, but I mean, that's true. But some players don't want to be on the bench, and that's fine. I mean, Saka was always going to be the better player, and I'm happy he picked Saka over Pepe. There's only going to be one of them at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Anyway, right now to go Saka.
I mean, look at all the players that Arteta's gotten. I mean, everyone likes him in the dressing room. You don't get, recurring issues of, this player is angry with. When players get subbed, they're not screaming at him. Look at Vinicius yesterday. He gets subbed, he's screaming at Alonso, he's screaming at the bench. Has that ever happened with Arteta?
Well, no, not with Arteta like that, but like you said, he makes it known his favourites, isn't it? He lets that be known in the squad. And to me, that's what causes a problem.
Definitely. And his ignorance to not go by what he thinks is correct and not think for the whole team, I think that's what will hold the team back. Like, again, just continuously scoring one goal, then you're taking Eze off, and then Martinelli's off, and then Marino's on, and then Norgard's on, and then you just sit in your own half for the rest of the game. And the thing is that there's only so much you can do repetitively each different week where teams are just going to find you out. It's like now, and especially after watching your game against Crystal Palace, when you first scored, obviously I didn't watch the game because I was sleeping, but I watched the highlights, and even just from the highlights alone, the second you score, you've hardly left your own half. And I think when it's every week, like again against Fulham, like you scored against Fulham, and then Eze straight off, and then Marino's on, and then Martinelli's off, and then Nordgaard's on. You go straight defensive. All teams then have to do is then take a defensive player off, put an attacking one, and just go all out. As good as
But
your
it's try.
defense is, Saka can't defend, but Saka's still back here rather than being where he should be. And there's only a certain amount of times you can do the same thing over and over in a game where you're 1-0, then you don't leave your own half. Where teams because think about it, if let's say you play Man City, they'll run through you easy. Like as good as Gabriel is, as good as Saliba is, obviously if he wasn't injured, Mascara's good, Timber's solid, Skelly or Calafiori solid, your keeper solid, but Haaland's a different animal. The second he sees a gap, dude, that's it. Then you're
Man City can't even handle Aston Villa.
Frankie, I was just about to say that, bro. I was just about to say that.
Okay. Let me just sorry, I just need to it might sound like if Arteta did what you said, and then we conceded 98th minute, people will say he's naive. Why is he bringing on an attacker? Arteta is defensive. He wins the game. People say he's too defensive. People don't know what they want. They don't know if they want Arsenal to win or they want Arsenal to be open and they lose. Look at when we play Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid is the first game we've played in probably 2 months where the team actually tried to attack against us. When we played Crystal Palace the first half, Crystal Palace did not want to leave their half. What do you want him to do? They have 10 minutes.
Shot on target.
Yeah, that's my point. Mateta was behind Gyökeres.
But
The striker is marking good. The striker is marking our striker. Where's the space?
But after a bit, Mateta was causing us problems. His physicality and his running in behind was causing the defense problems. They could have had maybe 1 or 2 in the first half.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't even have a shot on target.
Yeah, but it's obviously great defending. But I'm telling you, his physicality and movement was causing us issues.
And with Mateta, all he needs is that one chance, and then that's it.
Yeah. We saw that last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really a knock against Arsenal because Mateta also caused Van Dijk and Konate problems.
But also, the Pino should have scored.
Hey, but on that note, I've wrote this down and I really want to know. You've seen how you play against teams like Atletico Madrid. How 60th, you switch. Gyökeres is now scoring. You've got wingers scoring and your midfield's pushing up and it's not typical Arsenal and you're winning 4-0. Now, my question is, do you honestly feel like you need to play the way you do like against a Palace and like a Fulham to win games? Because it's like you play Atletico Madrid, you switch, you go 4-0 up, and like Atletico Madrid beats like most teams in the Premier League. But then you go play a mid-table team, you score 1, and then you go like 9 at the back. I don't quite understand it when I can understand securing the win, but do you think you have to go to that extent? Because you're one of the best defenses already. And that's even just 4 at the back, not 9.
But I mean, 9 at the back is an exaggeration, though.
No,
bro. Against Palace, you won't get out your own half.
Bro, I think this right. Look, we notoriously struggle against them teams, yeah?
Yeah.
My motto is, last year we got a point against both of them. This year we got 3. Big difference, isn't it? Like, as long as we win the game, my motto is, I would love to see 4 and 5. But the truth is, when we play those 2 teams, they always turn up against us.
True.
So what we do is we take the 1-0. Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but it keeps up on what the end goal is. We want to be fighting for the league. And we won the game. That's all I'm happy about. We won.
But do you think, I don't know, how do I explain this? Like, do you think it's necessary? Because already people are saying, obviously, you're 4 points clear, and we'll get onto that very shortly, but people are already saying, if Arsenal win the Premier League this year, I'm sure Arsenal fans won't mind, but people are already saying, you're going to be the most boring champions.
Oh, Lord. I have no comment. I have no comment.
No.
Yes. You know what? I think I would rather be Chelsea or United, where we lose half our games, but we're so entertaining that people are always want to watch us. Yes, that's what I would rather be. I don't like winning. I don't like winning.
Nah, but
Did
I want
anyone
to
say
win.
Chelsea in 2005 when they conceded 13 goals? Did they say they were the most boring, or did they say they were champions?
Not exactly. You're right on that. You got a point.
But Chelsea didn't have to rely on corners and throw-ins. And I think that's
We're
what
not
people
relying on.
are going to get onto,
I mean, the
because
thing is, right? It's yeah. Go on.
you see the stats. From open play, you're 17th, but from set pieces, you're first. I think people are saying you're boring because for people that sit and watch at home, and for like now, for example, like now I'm in this whole community in this podcast thing. I've now got to start watching Arsenal if Trims isn't well, or I've got if he's busy with kids and everything else. As an outsider's perspective, Arsenal, I could fall asleep to an Arsenal game. I think that's what people are trying to say. And which goes back to the question of, do you feel like it's absolutely necessary to score one, then just go full defensive? I understand winning's winning, but you got to think of, well, like, people that watch... people that... teams that watch you, you'll get found out very soon because it's the same thing game after game. You score one, then go defensive. So what's stopping like a Man City taking a Ray and Deers off, looking Cherky on, or a Foden, or when Grealish comes back off loan, chucking him on for the... Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay, let me answer. I got you, fam. Let me answer it. You go first. You go first, Rob.
No, you go first. No,
All right,
you
fam.
go.
Remember this first year when we challenged City for the league and we lost it by a point, yeah?
Yeah.
Second half of that season, we scored more goals than anyone in Europe, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what happened. We still lost the league. Yeah?
Yeah.
This year, right, we're more defensive. Yeah, all right. It's not as pleasing, bro. But I'm struggling to see anyone that be able to break down our defense. We're in a real good chance of winning the league. Could we actually seriously say this year for once, if we carry on the way we're going to probably about January, you can say we had a good chance of getting to the promised land. And that's all I care about, bro. Like, if it's defensive and we're winning 1-0, bro, and we're getting to the promised land, then yeah, I'll take that, bro.
But would you get frustrated if you won it this year, and then the next year Arteta's still doing the same tactic?
Oh, brother, if we win one trophy, if we win the Premier League this year, he can collapse our club the next 10 years. I don't care. We won it this year. I don't care what happens next year if we win. I mean, the thing is, right? When people watch Liverpool, they say Slot is too naive for being too attacking and being too open. Those people change the channel to Arsenal, and then they say Arteta is being too naive for being too defensive and not opening up his team enough. So you can clearly see these people are just haters. They don't actually know what they want. Because when we go on to this Liverpool topic, we're gonna all agree that Liverpool are being too open, correct? There needs to be a balance found. But when Arteta is there, they say Arteta needs to open Arsenal up more. If we opened ourselves up more, Crystal Palace scored in the 85th minute, and then we lost 2 points. Are we gonna gain 2 points for being for attacking points for aesthetics? Like, oh, you guys Arsenal looked really good this week. Here, two more points. Is that gonna happen?
I think the right question is whether you lot are going to get far out with these 1-0 wins, man.
That's what I'm saying. Because just for me, yeah. Don't get me wrong. In the Champions League, it's entertaining to watch, like the Real Madrid game, and I don't distribute that. I quite enjoy watching you when you're in European competitions. It's just in the Premier League. Like, look how Liverpool are now. They got found out. You lot found them out real quick, and again, it's only going to take a matter of time where. When does it become a concern that you're doing the same thing every week and you're getting closer and closer to winning the league, and then because you've not switched anything up, like, remember, it's not, no, I don't distribute Bundesliga managers are terrible because they're top quality, but remember, the managers you're coming up against, such as Pep Guardiola, you've got, not even Enzo Maresca, but you've got like Arne Slot that, let's say he somehow manages to piece Liverpool back together, like, they're no joke. And they'll be quick to climb back up that table. Do you see what I'm saying? You're getting so close now to winning the league, which you've been fighting for year in, year out. And because let's say you lost it because Arteta didn't change and you got found out by the cities because Haaland's like supernatural or like remember as well, you was only 1-0 to Man United. And at that point, the Man United team we had then wasn't even playable the way we are now. Like Diallo wasn't as close with Mbremo and them two wouldn't work and Cunha's only just found steps. And do you see what I'm saying? So I think you'll get more. I can understand winning for you like will be a very big achievement, and God forbid, like I'm sure we won't not hear the end of it. But I think we'll hear you a lot more if you've bottled it again because you've not changed how you play every single week. Does that make sense?
What do you think
Yeah,
is
that
the
makes
reason for
sense.
this? What do you think the main reason for the 1-0 wins is? Do you think it's Arteta and his attacking system, or do you think it's because the other team is unwilling to not have 10 men behind the ball at all times?
I'm not distributing winning 1-0 each game. My argument is the tactic.
No, I'm asking you. Why do you think Arsenal plays this way?
Because I think
What
because Arteta's
was
scared.
okay? So why was our system much more open versus Atletico Madrid and Diego Simeone, but less open against Crystal Palace, who parked the bus? Do you have any thoughts on that?
The closest thing I could possibly say what actually makes sense is it's hunger. Don't get me wrong, Champions League's 100. Well, to some people, the Champions League is way better than winning the Premier League. But look how a couple of weeks ago on the pod, I said myself and Trims agreed, I'm club over country. If England won the World Cup, brilliant. But if Man U won the Premier League, I'd be 10 times as more excited. You've got to remember, this is an Arteta that's been chasing it for about 5-6 years, been that close and never had it. I think it'd be more of an achievement for him to win the Premier League, doing something that he's actually been fighting for and finally get the pleasure of doing, than going into the Champions League, bottling the Prem once again, because he must know if he don't win the Prem this year, he's got to go.
Go for who?
No, he won't go.
No, I'm asking. No, I'm asking, Kayla. Go for who?
Like
I agree with KNS. I think he will be sacked if he doesn't win it this year.
Okay. Sacks for who? I'm asking you a question. Sacks for who?
I don't think he'll be sacked.
Well, like sack him and bring a new manager in.
No, I'm asking you, who are they bringing in?
I'll probably bring in the only one that I would bring in, and I think it's impossible, would be Hansi Flick.
Hansi Flick. Okay, in order for Hansi Flick to come to Arsenal, he would have to have been sacked by Barcelona, which means he had a disastrous season, correct?
But I think his contract ends the end of this season.
I think he extended it last season.
No, bro, he ain't gonna leave, bro. He ain't
That's
leaving.
what I'm trying to say. If we ain't going for managers of that ilk, I say stick with him.
He ain't leaving, bro.
But the thing is, right? If let's say Pep Guardiola left City tomorrow and Arteta was somehow a free agent, who is the first person City are calling?
You think they're gonna call Arteta, bro?
I don't think. I know they will call Arteta. He was their number one assistant. Pep did not want him to go to Arsenal.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's gonna be the number one pick after Pep goes, bro. He's got to have previous, bro.
But you've got to remember as well.
He's got to have previous. But then again, you might be right. You know what I'm saying? Because that could play a part as well. He was.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know why people are not. The thing is, you're recommending Hansi Flick, right? Hansi Flick just lost the game to PSG because he was playing an outside trap in the 90th minute. What happens when he plays that outside trap against Bournemouth and Semenyo, and then he loses 3-0? Are you going to have the same reactions and say he was too open?
Yeah, it is that with him. He's open, but he's a winner. He wins things. That open style.
He was with Bayern and Barcelona. Everyone wins there.
Yeah, but Barcelona they got Real Madrid, so they competed with them, and sometimes Atletico.
Barcelona won with Ernesto Valverde.
Would you not? I don't know. I just feel like, look, Arteta's been at Arsenal for how many years? He's not won. What has he won? What trophies has he won?
Bro, he's not leaving, bro. You know why he's not leaving? Because They did the same thing with Wenger, bro. Wenger won however many trophies he won. First few seasons, bro, you get me? And then after that, he went 9 years without a trophy, bro. 9 years. He was still there, bro. And then he won, I think it was 2 or 3 FA Cups after that, bro. That's it. And that's it, bro. Yeah. They're going to keep him, bro. This is a project / you know what I'm saying, a career. Yeah. This is what they're gonna be. This is what Arsenal presidents and all them guys they are gonna do with Arteta, bro. Because also he's an ex-player as well. There, who was there for many years, bro. The players love him. Like you lot have said, he's not gonna leave, bro. He ain't gonna leave. And like you said, AR, if he does leave, who the hell are they gonna bring? Big C said Hansi Flick. Is Hansi Flick gonna
come
leave
on, man?
Barcelona?
Please, come on, brother.
Is Hansi Flick gonna leave Barcelona, bro? With all them players and superstars, the lifestyle, how competing with Real Madrid week in, week out in that mad league, Champions League games every week. You know what I'm saying? It's different over there to in Arsenal, bro. Yes, Arsenal are big hitters too, but you think a manager like that is going to leave an opportunity like that to come to Arsenal and take over Arteta, take over things, and restart projects, restart systems, restart cultures?
That's true.
It's a lot.
This summer, Atletico Madrid spent over £200 million. If Diego Simeone does not win the La Liga, should he be sacked?
So
Diego Simeone should have been sacked last season, bro. He's done in the Atletico Madrid.
Okay, then let's say you bottle the Premier League for the reason I've pointed out of playing the same football week in, week out in a league full of very intelligent managers like Oliver Glasner, probably mocking it, but like Amrin's now finally getting somewhere. I'm not
Lord, are you serious, brother?
I'm not saying that, but like obviously he is getting smarter by how he plays and how his team runs, and we can't disregard that. But then remember Pep Guardiola, we've got Arne Slot at Liverpool. Remember, bro, if he can get that team to gel at Liverpool, the title race is 100% back on. Because if the players he's got there, or like let's say in a world, yeah, like you've already lost to Liverpool over a free kick, and then let's say you do get found out because it's the same system each week, and then you start drawing more because teams go more defensive against you because they know the second you score, it's not.
But teams cannot go more defensive than this. They have 10 men behind the ball. What's it going to be, 11?
But what if it gets more? That's my argument.
I'm asking, what's more than 10? What's next? 12? Bro, Mateta is behind our striker. There's nothing he can do at that point.
But not each team's a 10, though. Liverpool weren't a 10.
Okay, that's Liverpool. Every other game this season, the games that the team did not. City were playing 10 men behind the ball. Manchester City were playing 10 men behind the ball against Arsenal. Go watch the tape. Yeah, Liverpool scored a lucky.
No, I don't know about the Man City one, bro.
Yeah.
I watched the game.
Let me get this right. Liverpool get credit for scoring a lucky free kick. When Arsenal score a set piece, it's a problem.
It wasn't a
set piece goes. Okay, so why is it that when we score set pieces, 3 in a game, that's luck? It's not sustainable. When Liverpool scored a 1 in 1,000 free kick, there's no issues with that.
The thing is, though, when you played United, when you played us, we wasn't 10 at the back. When you played Fulham,
and we won.
Getting to that 70th minute. Yeah, 100%. Because they wasn't like that the whole game. I watched the game. It's on the pod. You can go watch. I watched the whole game. There wasn't 10 men. There were 10 men when they went 1-0 down. But Liverpool didn't do it. City didn't do it. Not even Atletico when they let 2 in did it.
Okay, I find it very weird that you're harsher on Arsenal for winning games than Liverpool, who's lost 4 or 5 games in a row. You're still giving them all this leeway, these chances, and you're saying, "Oh, they can improve." But with Arsenal, you're being so negative. I don't get it.
I'm being negative because You've waited for so long for this opportunity. This is the first time in 5 years where you've got an actual gap between Liverpool, who are the champions. They're, if not Arsenal, they are the favourites. I'm saying you'd be louder if you lost it because you don't switch the system in games. Like, just for example, like let's say you play West Ham, yeah. If you score one, you're not going 10. It's West Ham. We see how bad they are week in, week out. They're losing loads. Do you see what I'm saying? But the second we rotate and we start playing games again, so like when you play us again, when you play Liverpool again, when you play City again, when you play Chelsea, etc., 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 we already know what you're coming on. And remember, these are teams now where we've got this is the first time in a long time where each team, they've all got a striker that can actually like just finish. Like we've got Mbumo, Liverpool, not even just Isak, Ekitike, Cody Gakpo, Salah. But again, if them lot can come good, then fair. But that's still Gakpo and Chiesa. Then City have Foden. They've got Ryan Dares, who's a striker, by the way. Like when he shoots, like it's finesse.
What did he do against Aston Villa?
I didn't watch that game.
You just named 10 attackers who all contributed 0 this weekend. And you're using them in hypothetical that if this happens, if they play Arsenal and they're good, they will score. Of course, if they play good, they will score.
But like I just said to Big C about Mateta, he only needs that little slip in and then boom, a goal.
But he didn't do it. We just played him, we beat him, we nullified them. They didn't have any shots on target.
But now, I'm saying now, when it comes to the reload and you start playing these teams again, all right, you win the league, yeah? We all know you're going to be buzzing. You're going to be happy. We won the league. Like me and Funds, we won't stop hearing it because obviously we're rival fans to you lot. But, and I can only imagine Trims and Big C now, if you were then to bottle it because you've not switched the system and you get found out on the second reload where you play other teams again, and then you let that down, and then Liverpool get back to winning ways, they'll soon catch up. You'll be much louder if you're that close when this is your best opportunity to win the league. You then don't go and win it because Arteta's ignorant and he won't change how he plays when you score a goal. Does that make sense?
I don't change the winning formula. If it's winning us games, stick with it. Might not be pretty.
But do you see how he plays? Martinelli's been class recently, but at the start of the season he wasn't, and he wasn't really the back end of last season, and he still plays them. As an Arsenal fan, you must worry that if you lose a game, something's still not going to change.
Nah, because you know why? We lost against Liverpool and then we played the same way and we went and won the following game. Arteta's stubborn. I don't think man understand. Like, he's stuck in his ways. He won't change for love of money. And I'm sure any other Arsenal fan will tell you that with him. He would stick with that system even if he was, as long as he won the game 1-0, right? That's all Arteta cares about. He'd rather stink it out every week and win 1-0. As an Arsenal fan, is it pretty? No. But it's effective.
Yeah.
Nah, you'll get far out, bro. You can't do that every week, bro. You'll get far out, bro.
Can you tell me who's going to find us out?
You'll get far out, bro. You can't.
I'm asking you. Yes, I agree. Who's going to find us out?
I don't know who's going to find you out, bro. But I'll be real with you.
Do you know how do you have any predictions how they'll find us out?
Bro, 1-0 wins ain't always secure, bro. I hear what you're saying. Hopefully you can go week in, week out with a 1-0 win and stink out the gaff. No goals conceding. But bro, I don't see it happening, bro. I don't see it happening. I just don't.
It's not. We're not aiming to.
Like you said, yeah, you've got a man. You've got really good players, yeah, but your manager is too stubborn, bro. It's too stubborn. There's times where you have to let the handbrake off. Whether you have 10 players, bro, it's a football game, bro. You're gonna have tactics, bro. And sometimes as a footballer yourself, yeah, You got to take the games in the scruff of the neck. Just like Big C, just like how I was onto Gyökeres. You know what I'm saying? Like I still think Gyökeres can do better. I still think, bro, if you're up there, be the man. If you got to come back to the midfield, grab the ball and show these man what going, cool. But I don't think these 1-0 wins are gonna get you through the line every single week or every time. I just don't see it. I don't see it. And as strong as your defense is, bro, I just don't see of your other players contributing in that defensive play week in, week out, bro. I just don't see it. Because I feel like around December or January time onwards to the end of the season, it's going to be massive time for you lot than any other team, because you lot need to prove it. So where is it going to be pressure? I don't know whether it's going to get to you. Our team's going to find you out? Probably, in my opinion. But maybe not. Who knows? I just don't see it, bro. I don't.
Well,
see it.
I'll say with that, right? It's not our fault that when attackers look at Gabriel and Saliba, they start shitting itself.
Hey, man. No, it's Arteta's fault, because I saw Albert. Everyone says Albert is one of the top 5 best strikers in Europe. When he played Gabriel and Saliba, I forgot he was on the pitch.
Who's this?
Albert. But remember, Alvarez had chances, so I can't lie, because he should have scored at least twice against us.
Yeah, but there were long shots though. Not. If someone like takes a long shot and hits the bar.
Okay, then cool. So then what happened with Haaland then against you lot?
Yeah, but Haaland.
If you're gonna
you
say
cannot say anything. I can't say anything against that. Haaland scores against everyone. What do you want me to say about that? Can you tell me who Haaland doesn't score against?
And there you go, bro. It's if so buts, bro. I'm just saying. I don't see.
You can't say it's ifs and buts when we're first. That's the only actual fact here. I'm not the one bringing up hypotheticals that we're gonna find out if this happens, if Arteta does this. I'm just saying we're playing well, and you're saying, well, if Liverpool and their attackers somehow wake up, then they'll be first. I'm not bringing that. Who do you care about then? Who's gonna challenge Arsenal? Because you guys keep saying if other teams wake up. Who are the teams that are gonna wake up? United?
City.
Yeah, City. I say for City,
you struggled against City, bro.
City second half of the season, they always promise that they always show that
you lot struggled against City.
They're way better second half.
They weren't even that good.
We played City twice last season. We drew one. We beat them 5-1.
Right then, this season you drew, but you didn't play that well.
Yeah, we have to make
the City play well.
No, I said City weren't that good, but they were better than you.
But in City's defense,
how are they better than us?
They had the injuries as well. The City had the injuries.
Well, we have 5 players out, brother.
And they had Rodri, and Rodri got injured. You remember? And who else? Is someone else?
Nori, Cherky.
Yeah.
You're bringing up eight Nori. Are you serious?
I know he's been good all season, man. I can't really class him.
He's played one game.
Yeah, I agree with A on that. 8 Nori.
Now he's not. Now he's injured. Look who City have to put up with at left back.
Tell me who.
Guardiola, the bad boy.
Nuno, whatever his name is.
8 Nori was never going to be a starter for City. He was always brought as a backup. He's not better than Guardiola, O'Reilly. He never was going to start. Why are you bringing up a bench player? Imagine if I brought up, Jesus and Havertz were out. Well, that's why Arsenal did not play well. I never brought that up. So why would you bring up 8 Nuri? Come on.
Because 8 Nuri, Gravadio's better at centre back than he is at left back.
Okay, so Hincapie was injured. Is 8 Nuri better than Hincapie? Hincapie was injured for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Is 8 Nuri better than Hincapie?
I can't say that, but I'm not seeing men play much.
Who the hell is that?
The guy we got from Leverkusen.
He's solid. To be fair, I'm surprised you lot aren't playing him already.
He's been injured. He only came back last week. He had got 15 minutes against Palace.
But on that note of what Fun says, and it's to better my question, would you not...
Okay, cool. Let me say this. Do you think you will sustain this 1-0 leads week in, week out? Yes or no?
No, because we will eventually start scoring more.
Say, bro.
We're gonna score more.
I don't think you can do that, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, we're going to score more.
We shown in
And
games
do
we
you
can
and do
do
you
the scoring
believe that,
more.
bro? Because the past few games you haven't scored more than one, bro.
Yes, because we have
Yeah.
10 men behind the ball. City's Aston Villa played the exact same way against City, and Haaland had 0 chances.
Nah, man, I disagree with you, bro.
And I agree with Franz. I'm not saying he's wrong. Yeah, the 1-0 thing is not sustainable. But at the same time, I believe when we get certain players back and it gets more fluid, we would start scoring more goals. You can see that already in certain games. It's starting to click a bit.
But then AR's argument is what you're saying, Big C, bro. If your players gelling, whatever. But that's what Careless was saying with Liverpool, and I know them things there. But
Oh, yeah, of
then
course.
he's
I
saying
expect
that was
Liverpool to
wrong.
be much better. I know they're going to come good. I'm not silly to say they're not.
To further my question, would you not feel more secure just trying to bag a second? Because remember, again, I bring it back again. This is the best position you've been in towards going towards a title and actually winning it and becoming the champions. Liverpool, by what the first time in 5 years.
By far.
Obviously, Liverpool swept through last year. You've always struggled against City the previous years. Remember,
did they technically sweep through last year? Really? Because we lost the same amount of games with them. We just drew a lot.
But they won the league with 3 games left to play.
Yeah, but if you look at them, we didn't. Well, again, it's hypothetical. It's gone now, isn't it? But if we didn't fuck up defensively and win some of those games, we would have won the league because we finished with the same amount of defeats.
Exactly my point. So, do you not think scoring more than just one to secure it? Because remember, the second you score one, and like I said, when you get found out, and remember, you played Liverpool and you looked poor against Liverpool. And when it comes to playing,
but Liverpool also look poor.
Yeah, 100%. But my argument now is when Liverpool actually get a structure, look at the players they've got. When they get a structure and you play them again, they've now got ease.
They're going to be a problem.
100%. So now,
but
when they get Liverpool are that good, like team-wise, not playable-wise, but team-wise, if they can get that to click and your 1-0s start turning into 1-0s and you start drawing all season because you've scored one, you've gone defensive, you took off all your attackers. So if you go 1-0, you can't then go push forward because you've got no attacking up front. Them draws will soon mount up to losses because Liverpool, if they get it to click, they'll skyrocket up.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
Did you watch the Chelsea Sunderland game?
No.
Did you see what happened when a manager takes the handbrakes off in the 90th minute against a team at home? Did you see what happened? Did you see the Sunderland goal?
But yeah, but
I have to ask you, did you see the second Sunderland goal?
I saw the second set, but you can't compare.
Do you see
Arsenal.
Do you see Do you see what Chelsea fans are saying about Maresca right now? They said he's being too naive, he's being too open. He should have shut up shop and gone for the draw.
100%. But we've got to remember.
Okay, so why is it that Maresca, him being too naive and taking the handbrakes off and going for the win, is seen universally by every single football fan as being idiotic, and you're recommending Arteta to do the exact same so he can drop points?
Because you got to remember what you're doing now is you're comparing Arsenal to Chelsea, whereas Arsenal
Chelsea
is
were 1-1, bro.
No,
Chelsea
I'm
were
asking,
1-1.
Chelsea were 1-1. Chelsea were 1-1 against Sunderland, and they decided to go.
Yeah. They took the brakes off to get more. But what you're not understanding is Arsenal as a team, as a whole foundation, you're a project which has took years of building. Like now you've only just got a striker. You've got Bukayo Saka to the player he is now. Martinelli, when he's good, you're not just a team that just buys, sells. You're a constructural team, and you're comparing yourself in an argument to a team that's now made on just making money. Big C said it not too long ago. Chelsea are a business. You can't expect a team that buys players not because they're good, because they're gonna eventually skyrocket in market value. That's why when Chelsea in the transfer window and they make 6 signings and they're all left wingers, then they sign 4 other midfielders, 4 other strikers, is because they're not a team to play and try and battle for the Premier League. They're a team to try and make more profit for the owners to make. Does that make sense? You can't.
Yes, but I'm not talking about the team structure. I'm talking about in-game tactics here. I'm saying taking a handbrake off and drawing 1-1 will not get him any praise. People will just criticize him for being naive.
But then if it were to win the game, the Chelsea fans they would have glazed him globally. Like remember,
But they didn't though.
No, because they didn't win. But if they did win, they would
Exactly. But you cannot be using ifs in this scenario. There's a reason they did not win, and that's because they were naive.
No, but in that situation, I feel like Chelsea are 1-1, bro. So you lot are already 1-0 up. So your handbrake should already be off, or somewhat.
Yes, but they're 1-1 out.
With the Maresca situation, he should have just settled with the draw. But obviously, he's took the handbrake off. He's made the wrong decision. Cool. But it's a different game situation. You lot are already 1-0 up. You're already on the driving seat. Maresca has just brought it back. They went from 1-0 down to 1-1, and then
Okay, so what happens when you take the handbrakes off and Crystal Palace equalize?
I was just about to say that,
bro. It's game management, bro. It's game management.
Exactly. There's a reason. Game management. There's a reason most managers in our situation do bring on a defender.
But you've got to remember as well, you're the mighty Arsenal. You say, what if we take the handbrakes off and Crystal Palace turn around and get an equaliser? That shouldn't happen. You've got the best defence already.
Yeah,
I can understand defending.
That's also a point as well.
100%.
But there's no. But again, you cannot be using. You're the mighty Arsenal. No one cares. We're the mighty Arsenal. This team do not fear. No one fears big teams anymore. Bournemouth do not fear Liverpool. They don't fear City. No one fears big teams anymore.
I don't know about
that. KLS, let me challenge what you said 1 minute AR from. KLS, we was 2-0 up against Palace at Emirates last year.
Right.
Being in the game. Guess what happened? We drew 2-2.
Yeah.
We didn't get the win. Again, we was going forward. We was attacking. We could have had more. Guess what? We ended up dropping 2 points out of that game. This year, all right, it wasn't pretty, but guess what? We came out 3 points, bro. That's what matters. Last year, we lost that game. We got the 3 points. Not pretty, but we won. We corrected the mistake. So my motto is, yeah, it's not pretty, but as long as we're going against those teams where we drop points and we get something, like we have done this season, I'm all for the play, bro.
That's true. But do you not think your players are way better this season? Like, I think, look at Calafiori. Calafiori starting over Skelly, who had a fantastic second half. You've got Timber coming in. Who, in my God honest opinion, I think he's the best right back in the league as of right now. I think technical wise is amazing.
I think Calafiori is the best left back in the league at the minute as well.
Yeah, maybe. I was gonna say Cook, but we're gonna move on, boys, because we've been chatting for about an hour. But it's okay because the boss ain't here. We're gonna let this one run round. Let's talk Liverpool, boys.
No representatives, bruv. What's going on here?
They're hiding, fam.
What's going on here? No,
man. Hey, yo, Reb, where you at?
Yo, if you lot got any friends here that support Liverpool, man, shout them, man.
Get them in there. Remember, boys, next week.
Welfare check.
Next week, when Liverpool play Aston Villa, they have a very high chance to put 5 on it. It's the second, third, fourth week. No 3 points. Look at me, I'm out here in a suit. Mandem, what do you think's going on with Liverpool? Because they've clearly got the team, but just something there's not clicking. Big C.
They lose against Liverpool, they're out the title race. They lose against Aston Villa, title race done.
No, it's game week. What game week is it? Game week 10-9? It's not.
Yeah. But I can't see them making up that going on there. Well, that means they'd have to be near perfect until the end of the season, yeah, to win the title. I can't see that. These men are not Man City, yeah, where they can do 24, 25 wins in a row. They're not Man City.
No, it's Slot's team, innit? And his new tactics and that. I think last season he got away with it because Klopp's team, and I think he still had this. He stayed with the same philosophies and maybe a bit of the same tactics as Klopp's. Whereas now, bro, they've backed him and they've given him money and he's gotten his players now, right? So obviously he's gonna try his new tactics and whatnot, and he's semi been found out. Semi, you know, he's making mad decisions, taking off players that should be staying on, and starting players that shouldn't be starting. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. Someone on the wing, stinking down the wing. You know what I mean? But yeah,
You wanted to drop Salah?
oh, sorry. Oh, you said it. Okay.
You have to say the names, man.
But yeah, man. I think Slot. They're in a bit of in the dumps right now. I don't think it's a crisis yet. I think if it gets to mid-November and they're still losing games, then it's a crisis, because at that point they're out of the title race. They're probably in the top 5 race. You know what I mean?
100%.
So yeah, Slot. He needs to find ways, and he's making these mad excuses. Like, you hear him on the interviews talking mad, making some mad excuses, and then you're thinking, bro. I mean, I can understand he's breaking down the games and whatnot, but then, like, you know, he's like, oh, we're not prepared for long throws and set pieces and whatnot, bro. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. As much as we ridicule Arsenal being first in set pieces, bro, but at the end of the day, bro, if I'm playing for Arsenal, bro, I'm like, so what? It's part of the game. It's part of the game, bro. So it's like, yeah. So it's like, yeah. He will need to sort it out ASAP, because I'm already hearing some Liverpool fans already saying Slot out. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I'm seeing that too.
Yeah,
Hell
so
of
it's
Slot
like,
out.
and I'm shocked. I'm shocked after someone's won you the league last season. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I'd say take it all the way to the end, man. Ride it out to the end of the season, bro. But even so, I wouldn't sack him. But yeah, he'll need to find out ASAP, bro. Because let's be real, this is probably the biggest club he's ever managed, bro. And like, if he don't turn this around, bro, he's gonna hear it from the Liverpool fans, and we know Liverpool fans. There's
the rowdy.
I mean? So yeah.
But on that note of Liverpool not performing, watch the highlights of the game, and as much as I like to joke about players not doing as well that irritate me, such as a Haaland, because they're just going to come up and they're going to bag 4 against you, blah, blah, blah. But is this now the end for Salah? Because when I'm watching the highlights and I'm watching him, he's struggling to dribble like he's not dribbled ever. And rather than it being funny and being happy that, oh, finally, like, he's going to stop bagging against me, like, it's getting kind of sad, to be quite honest with you.
You know, it is with Salah, right? And you can tell what's happened. I think mentally what's happened to Jota has destroyed him. You see now my man's been affected by it. He's not been moving the same. You look at the end of the Bournemouth game, right? He was distraught. Like, I think it's really, really mentally, it's destroyed Salah. I'm not going to lie. And it's going to take a long time, but we don't know, man. I think, yeah, will Salah come good this season? He's proven he will. But I think with what's happened to Liverpool and the madness with Jota, it's affected him big time.
Yeah, I agree. And do you think that's a big part in the whole team? Because remember, as much players he's brung in, a lot of the old still here, such as McAllister, Gakpo's, Van Dijk's, Konate's. Do you reckon that's another too?
But how do you heal that though, bro? You lost one of your top players in a car crash, bro.
Yeah,
that's mad. And then you go lose the best, arguably the best right back in the world on the free after he told you that he wanted to be captain and he would never do the club wrong. Yeah, like Salah's been. I have to say, what he's been through Liverpool the last year, it's a madness. So you know it's going to affect him, but it is sad seeing him the way he is. I give him that, but I think he's going to. We all know he's going to kick in eventually, and it's peak when he does.
And on that note, and I think this is a really good question to ask, because it's not really one of those teams we'd say this about. We expect it from a United supporter. You expect it from the United people behind the scenes to be saying this stuff. So it's weird to hear about it from Liverpool, but with what's going on with the right back not clicking, Frimpong struggling, Kirkez is obviously he's been very overrated. So now when he plays, like, he's just terrible.
I don't think Kirk is overrated,
Oh, he is. He is.
but he was amazing for Bournemouth.
Yeah. So this was an argument we had last week. You've got to remember, Kirkez, he overachieved in a season where every team underachieved, bar Liverpool. Chelsea were just getting back from the season prior. Man City fell off. Man United finished 15th. Tottenham finished 15th. Arsenal was, and I say it was struggling to keep up with Liverpool. The only team that wasn't was Liverpool. So when you looked at an aspect, he's overachieved in a season where every team's underachieved. So is that how he was playing the first season for Bournemouth? Or is it a fact of he had one good season and now he's just a bit... But on that note, do you now think Liverpool, by the time the January transfer window comes through, do you think they'll use that window and just get signings that will get the job done for now and maybe send them off the year after in the next January? Or do you think they hold tight and play the same team over and over? Because they're playing the same team every week and just nothing seems to click. And I think, personally, if they can get a right back and left back that can just hold down and do a job like a Conor Bradley-esque, but just a bit more experienced than a Kirkez, but a bit more defensively structured, I do think they can climb themselves back. So what do you lot think? Do you think they use the January transfer window, or do you think they hold tight?
No,
I think hold tight. Trust what you got.
Yeah.
I doubt they'll use the January transfer, bro, unless they get a big injury or something like that. But I doubt it, bro. They spent flipping. How much did they spend? Like 400, 500, 600 mil? Like
500 mil.
I mean, it's kind of hard to blame Kirk, because I mean, look at the space these Liverpool defenders have to cover. The system is suicidal. No one's going to look good there. Calafiori would be a disaster in Liverpool if he had to cover that amount of space. Like, he would be a disaster. And you said he's the best left back in the Prem. Like, I'm serious. Look at the space Van Dijk has to cover, because the midfielders don't track back, right? Kirkez and Frimpong, they're asked to go support the attack and then also run all the way back to defense. Gravenberch and McAllister, they're not providing cover. They're asking them to push up. So there's literally, look at Van Dijk. He's covering the entire pitch by himself. It's not sustainable. It's more of a system issue, in my opinion. If one player is playing bad, okay, you can say, like, he's not playing well. If everyone is playing bad, Salah, Kirkez, Isaac, McAllister, then at that point, it's a coach and it's a system issue.
Yeah.
Because you cannot tell me Salah went from being the best player in the Prem to being this disastrous in one season, and you say it's not a system issue. I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything of the recent memory of a collapse that quickly. Maybe Hazard, but he was fat. So it's like that's kind of an anomaly.
I can get behind that. Let's talk City. We'll get back to Arne Slot, because I've got a segment I want to run through, and I think get everyone involved, and I think it'll be fun for everyone. But let's talk City. Man City lost 1-0 to Aston Villa. Now, I don't know what it is with City. They went on a run, then they go lose to Aston Villa, and I just feel like, because of City last season, like, I don't think anyone here can sit and say with 100% with chest, Man City is going to come back and win the league this year. I don't think any of us think that. I don't think people out there, probably City fans do, but they're like 12 years old. But like, obviously,
I think they can go.
But obviously the favourites were Liverpool, Arsenal, right? So when you take it in terms of where Man City used to be compared to now, I think there's pressure, but not as much pressure as there used to be. And it's intriguing for me to see Man City fumble against Aston Villa when, in reality, like, they've just beat Monaco. They whooped us different, and the way they played against us was different gravy. To then
they drew to Monaco.
So what is the problem with City? Why is City so inconsistent, or why is it they play certain teams and they just don't click?
Okay, let's only be real with you. Go on there.
They are.
Oh, okay. I thought I'm going to say something.
No, you go.
Okay. Okay. This might sound crazy, but the problem with City is they're too open. Like when you watch City play, they're conceding 5, 6 counter attacks a game.
Yeah.
Against Monaco, they didn't beat Monaco. They actually lost, even though they were up like 2. So they drew, even though they were up like 2 goals. Because they conceded in the 90th minute. Maybe they should have shut up shop and to put the handbrake on. But that's a topic for another day, of course. I mean, if I say something
Yeah.
like City should have been more defensive, people will say I'm crazy. But hey, man, some people are dropping points. Like I don't know what to say. But they're too open, realistically. Like every game, even Villa, they have so many counter attacks. Like I don't understand why. Like they're not solid, really.
Yeah.
With Arsenal, Arsenal defense, we don't really concede that many shots. But with City, they concede a lot of shots. Like they're relying on Donnarumma to make so many matches. Even against United, Donnarumma had to make like 5, 6 crazy saves.
Yeah.
The defense is not doing. I think the system is too open. They honestly need to be more conservative, in my opinion. But yeah, I think this needs to be more conservative. Like they're just too open.
Okay, I got
Like, you don't need to win every game 4-0. You don't need to win every game 4-0. But yeah.
But do you think now after this season, or maybe in a January, do you think it's about time that Man City do go for a centre back? Because I think that's been one of their weaknesses now for a couple of years. Like for as long as I remember, like whenever they got Gravadio, I know they used to have Mendy, but they've never City to me, they've always been this dominant side. Like again, like with Haaland, like even before that, you got David Silva, you got Aguero, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva. They got so much talent, but I've always felt like Man City, they've always lacked a left back. Do you think now they're going to move forward for a left back or a new defender or a right back? Or you see what I'm saying?
No, from I got PTSD from these man. Yeah. Every time that we say these man, they're done. Yeah. They're dead and gone. What do? They prove it every time. It's only last year that they have. It's proven every 4 or 5 seasons they have that one-off bad season, and then what they do for the next 3 or 4 after that, they clout everybody. I've always said I will never rule out Man City. I've done it too many times and it bit me in the behind. They're going through a bad patch, but they can easily go and win 28 and 27 games in a row. They're showing that they've done it before. And that's the problem. With Pep Guardiola team, right, bro, they have the one-off bad season, but then after that, he always corrects the mistake.
Yeah, that's true. Do you not worry? This is because obviously last season was, in record history, the worst season of Pep. Do you think when it comes to games now, he moves a bit more caution, but with that caution comes not necessarily anxiety, but a bit of doubt now? Because he's never lost the way he lost last year. Again,
bro, when you have the best player in the world out all season, you're going to have that massive problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and now he's come back. All right, he's feeling his way into the team, but he's had a few injuries since he's been back. That is a big miss. Yeah, you've not had John Stones and Ruben Diaz together, who he won the treble with. Why? Because they both had injuries. Big miss. Now they've got arguably the best goalkeeper in the world. Yeah, they're only going to get better, and that's the thing, and that's the scary part.
But that's my argument for, do they now go for a centre-back or defensively? Because obviously we can all agree, midfield-wise, they're not an issue. Like, as much as Rodri's out injured a lot, we have to remember that he went out for an ACL injury, then he came back for us, started playing again, then got re-injured. But between that period of coming back and getting injured again, he didn't quite look the same. But I think I'm not alone when I say this. When it comes to Rodri, I think Man City's midfield stacked already. When it comes to talent, like we look at Ryan Diaz, is phenomenal. Bernardo Silva's getting on, but it's not to say that he still can't do a job. You got Cherky that can drop down just a little bit. You got, there's all these players. Kovacic when he comes back. You know what I'm saying?
None of them as good as Rodri. None of them as good as Rodri.
None of them not as good. But
can I ask you a question?
Do you not think Ryan Diaz could get to that level? Because Ryan Diaz...
Can I ask a question?
No. Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
You mentioned Ryan Diaz is this good player. The City team that were dominating the Premier League, Can you put Rangers in the same bracket as Kevin De Bruyne and David Silva?
No.
No,
good-
you're
no.
mad.
Let me go to one more thing. United that everyone has been clowning on. Mbeumo and Cunha. Without a doubt, right now they start for Manchester City. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the wings, yeah.
My point is, Man City, they signed a lot of players, they spent a lot of money, but how many players can you say these are world beaters? Apart from Haaland. Like Doku and Savinho, I don't fear them. They're good players, but I don't wake up, I'm like, oh my God, I'm facing Doku today. I'm facing Savinho today.
See, I don't know. Saying, can I compare Rangers to De Bruyne? That's a bit unfair because obviously De Bruyne did it for like 10 years.
Yes, but that's my point. The City team that were dominating the Prem had De Bruyne. This current City team don't have anybody on his level.
But my argument was, do you think he could get to that level?
I don't know. He's 28, man. How much space does he have to grow?
Well, to say that AR, right, to back up, I seen rumours today that linking Man City going for Musiala in the summer. Solves
Yeah,
that
I mean,
problem with the Barnes.
City wanted to go for words. So, I mean, they know their problem. They need creativity because I'm sorry, man. As an Arsenal fan, I know what De Bruyne did to us for like 6 years. Rangers is not going to do that. Rangers cannot go to the Emirates and score 3 goals, 3 long shots. I'm sorry.
Hey, you remember that goal that De Bruyne scored against us at the Etihad where man ran the whole pitch and it is absolutely planted it in the bottom corner.
No, it's insane. I remember in Emirates he was hitting the bar for fun, like target practice.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I hate playing De Bruyne.
I'm sorry, can Rangers do that? That's because the City you're comparing him to, these are the standards. David Silva, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Sterling. Like Mahrez starts with this City team, right?
I don't know. You say standard, but they've only. If we're looking at the whole history of the Premier League, and then if you want to go deeper into the English League before 1992, Man City are very new to all this winning.
I'm talking about the City team. The City team that you were comparing the City team of 3 years ago with Pep that were dominating the league. I'm talking about the players now. You cannot expect them to dominate the league like back then because they're not of that standard.
Oh, okay, I wouldn't compare him to De Bruyne, but I'd compare him not to compare him, but I think he could do a good enough job as like a Gundogan did. Like Gundogan wasn't very important, but again, we are judging Rangers off less than 6 months.
No, but Gundogan in his first season, bro, was class for
He was class. We're forgetting how good Rangers was. He first came on against Wolves. He's bagged. He was everywhere. Big C, you remember?
Oh Lord, brother, this. Yeah. Okay, can you tell me the big game Rangers that performed? Please, Wolves. I don't care about Wolves. I'm sorry, they're gonna get relegated. The big game Rangers this season have shown his class in.
Well, that pass to Haaland was dirty. I'm not gonna lie. The pass to Haaland for the goal was sick.
But the thing is, you go on TikTok, and there's already people saying Rangers in for team of the season and this and that, blah blah blah. I don't think that many people would say that if he wasn't doing good. Do you see what I'm saying? In everyone's opinion, is Rangers possibly the best central midfielder Man City have right now?
Yes, because the standard isn't really that high. I mean, what's his competition? Who's his competition?
You still got Silva.
I'm asking, who's his competition? Who's his competition for central midfielder? Bernardo Silva?
Silva's getting on. He's getting on.
But he's still doing that madness, though.
But let's say we move on to next season and Rangers are still there, and then you get someone to partner him up with. This is what I mean. We can't judge him because he's played for 6 months, like less than 6 months. But I'm saying, you can't compare him to De Bruyne, and I don't distribute that at all. But you can't not say, yeah, but what's he done? Because it's been 3 months in a season where new players have come in, like a Wirtz and like a Sesko, like Györk. And all these players, all these new players have come in, and not really any of them properly performed.
Okay, I'm not trying to single out Rangers. I just use them as an example. My general point was that the current City squad and its makeup, it's unfair to compare them to the City squad of 3 years ago and try to say, oh, well, give them the same standards. The City team cannot dominate the Premier League like they did 3 years ago because the players are not of the same standard. I'm sorry. when we used to do combined 11s of City and Arsenal, it would be 9 players from City. Now, a combined 11 of City and Arsenal, I'm sorry, how many? Like, I'm not trying
Yeah,
to be, biased Arsenal fan. Like, apart from Haaland, I'm sorry, Doku, does Doku make our bench?
Doku starts for you, I can't lie. Over Martinelli.
Oh, man, we got Eze that can play there.
No, but you're not playing Eze in the
Yeah,
wing.
that's you're playing Eze in the middle. As a
Look at Doku.
if you had to take one, you take Doku over Martinelli.
I'm not really a Martinelli fan, but look at the production. Doku is not getting. He's playing with Haaland and he's not really getting assists. I mean,
but then you see, but then on that aspect, you're seeing how Man City played against us, and you saw how the first goal was created for Phil Foden's header. That was all due to Doku with his agility and his whole technical prowess and his flair. Managed to get it from the wing, move it more in the middle of the box. And that is something that Gyökeres needs. Like Big C said, that's something Gyökeres needs.
yes, but Doku does this once every 6 games. He does this once every 5 games. There's a reason he gets benched half the time for City. If he was as good as you claim, he would never get benched for people like Oscar Bob. But he does regularly because he's inconsistent.
Whole City team, though.
What do you say?
You can say that for the whole City team. I don't.
That's my point. That is my point.
No. I don't distribute that City aren't going to win the league this year. Like it's like maybe they might, but like the chances are very low. I'm saying in terms of ranking Ray and Dare, we can't rank him because he's 6 months in, but there's nothing stopping him and nothing Man City themselves. Like, deep it, bro. All Man City need are wingers that can just keep throwing it into the box or dribbling, going inverted so then they can get the shot off to Haaland. The second you've got Man City have that and a right back that's actually a right back, Rodri that's back on full health, a left back, or maybe a backup left back, for example, maybe a backup defender, and Man City can be that Man City again. It's not within saying, but it will never be like De Bruyne. That's an opinion. That's not,
brother.
It's not factual. Like it's like me saying now,
brother. You just
can get wingers that come inverted, and then Man City can go and win because they've got Haaland up front that shoots and scores. Like when does he miss? They've got the best keeper in the world. If Rodri comes back and he's back on form, they've then got the best DM in the world. And it's all about building. I'm not talking now. I'm talking in years coming. Man City, there's a chance that they can get back to that. Maybe not that dominant, but they can get very close to it.
You just mentioned 5 different things. 5 different things the City needs to do. I mean, this City team is. I mean, it's not going to be. I don't think they're going to dominate the Prem because the Prem is much. I mean, the Prem is completely different now. You have Bournemouth and Sunderland coming straight up, and they're doing bits now. There's too much money in the Prem involved for teams to really dominate it like that. At least in my opinion. I mean, the thing is, right? Even if you dominate one season, you're not going to dominate the next because the toll is too much on your body. You see Liverpool already falling off. The Prem, there's too much money involved. I'm sorry, you're not really going to see a dynasty anymore.
But we can't say that for certain, though. That's only an opinion. So that's the point I'm trying to make. We can't sit and say, but it will never be the levels of De Bruyne will, or Man City will never be that dominant because we don't know. Historically, we can look at it, and when you look at it historically, like 3-4 years ago, it's not mental to say they could possibly get back to that level again. Literally, like deep it, bro. Like again, like when Rodri comes back, let's say he finds form, then they've got the best DM in the world. They've got one of the best keepers in the world. They've got the best striker in the world. And again, all they really need is a left winger and a right winger that can invert, keep sending these shots off to Haaland, and then boom. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not crazy to say they can get back to that level. Because look at Arsenal in the 2000s when it went invincible and all that happened, and then look how in the 2010s they didn't seem to do much. They won FA Cups and they won this and they won these little trophies. Everyone back then was saying Arsenal will never get to that level again. You can never compare like Perez. You can never get a Vieira. You could there's a you could probably argue Rice with Vieira now.
No. I'm
You
not
don't
doing it.
think?
No.
Does Rice not carry you some games?
Well, one's a
I mean,
World
he's our
Cup
best
winner.
player.
One's
I
an
don't.
invincible.
I don't like.
Okay,
I don't get this. I don't get this thing where people use trophies to judge individuals. It's quite. I don't really get it.
all right then. So let trophies aside. In the whole of 2010s, you lot won fuck all, and you've still not won fuck all. But now you've got a team now that's competing. But back then, people were saying Arsenal will never reach that levels again because then you had Thierry Henry, you had Perez, Lundberg, Sol Campbell, Jens Lehmann, you had Ashley Cole. Keep naming it, and now you're back to that form again after how many years? So saying Man City are going to bounce back, not 100%, but the possibility that they can bounce back and be as dominant again, it's not out the window. Considered the same guy that's arguing against it supports a team that's literally quite done it of recent times.
Because look, Man City won the title without a striker. Yeah,
Right.
they've proven they can do it. Yeah.
Bro, they did that for years, man.
Yeah, and the thing they've proven they can destroy and rebuild and still be as dominant. They've proven it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I get what AR saying there. The league's moved on, but when you know how to win, you're a natural born winner. You always find a way.
Yeah. And we're talking about friggin' Pep Guardiola, for God's sake.
He always finds a way, bro. It's mad.
It's a bit mad still. But AR, I understand what you're saying though with the league changing. Because bro, look, Bournemouth and Sunderland and them man there, they're already in the top 5 for God's sake. So it's like teams nowadays are gonna have more money.
Bro, remember 3 years ago, City will play Burnley. The question, or Sunderland, the question would be, do they win by 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Now, I mean, it's not out of the realm. I mean, no one is surprised Chelsea, Sunderland is beating Chelsea because Sunderland have been playing well this season.
Bro, we beat Sunderland, bro, and when we beat Liverpool, I've looked at the table and Sunderland are ahead of us. I'm like, huh? So yeah, man. No, I understand what you're saying, but I also agree with Big C as well. When you know how to win, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of hard to like not look over your shoulder and not expecting City to be over your shoulder at some point. You know what I mean? So
Look at it, bro. Right. Every time everyone said, "Oh, you know what? They started off shit. They're dead. City's dead and gone."
even when you lot bottled it in the last few games or the last game or something like that, bro, we all thought you lot were gonna win it because City started very bad, bro, very very bad.
Bro, then they went and won 28 games,
bro, and they won in the last game of the season.
bro. But when they turn it around, Fonz, yeah, these man won 28 games in a row.
Yeah,
Mad.
No draws either.
No draws, no losses, 28 wins. Understand that, rude boy.
Yeah,
That elite level mentality, that's what you call a winner. He could see that it was going wrong and he went and he changed it. And guess what? It went and done a madness.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on because we're nearly 2 hours in. But like I said, the boss ain't here, so we're gonna let loose.
Yeah, man, I got to run. Yeah, I'll shout you, man, next week.
Bless, bro. Big up, Big C. So what we're gonna do now is a little segment, yeah, and we're gonna start doing these more on the podcast, where we're gonna have little just bits and bobs, like mainly for clips and everything else, but it like interesting for other people standpoint on these things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say a sentence about one of the top 6. And one by one, we'll go yes, no, or maybe to the sentence, and then explain your reasoning for it being yeah or no, or like if you're a bit in the middle. So, for example, like AR, yes, no, maybe. Considered all the players Chelsea have brung in, and considered everything else. Is Chelsea the biggest flop team considering of all the new transfers and all the new players I've got?
Oh, I'll say no. Liverpool spent more. Also Chelsea's like, I mean, the average age is like 19, so like you can't really expect too much of them. Whereas Liverpool are still just experienced players, so I mean, they should be performing better than they are now. there's no excuse of, well, they're young, they'll eventually get it.
Yeah. We're going to move to Liverpool. Liverpool spending 500 million in the summer transfer window, spending 130 million on Isak, who they didn't necessarily need, failing to replace the players they've lost, and going on to losing nearly 5 in a row. Is there now talks where it's reasonable to now say Onslaught's a fraud?
No, he won the Prem last year. Oh, sorry, I thought that was mine.
I was gonna say, I think he is, and my argument for it was he won the Prem last year. Congrats with Klopp's team. Now this is the first season where he's got all control. He's sold players and he's brought players in, and now they just don't seem to be the same team. So maybe being a fraud's harsh, but you think in terms of manager ways, and remember 500 million, Klopp's never spent 500 million on one transfer window. Is Onslaught a bit overrated?
I'll say we'll still have to give them time. The thing is, I don't like to rush to conclusions just game week 9. What happens if they go on a 5-game win streak? Is this suddenly the best manager in the world again? I don't believe
Yeah.
so. So I'll say we'll have to wait to see to the midway through the season to see where things are. Maybe Christmas is a good gauge because game week 9, anything is still up in the air. Players are still like getting in. Isaac is still like trying to learn the system. If we jump to conclusions this early, what happens? I don't think it really makes much sense in my opinion. It's best to just wait. Calling him a fraud is also a bit harsh. He won the Prem last season. Yes, it was Klopp's team, but you still have to make the in-game adjustments, and they were pretty good with those last season. So I would say he's a good manager.
We'll ask Fonz as well. Fonz, yes,
sorry
no,
about that.
no, that's fine. Yes, no, or maybe. Then your reasoning for whatever choice you've picked. For Liverpool, it's spending 500 million in the summer transfer window, then spending 130 million on Alexander Isak, who they didn't really need after buying Ekitike, failing to replace the players they've lost. Do you think it's now acceptable that people start having conversations of Onslaught's a fraud? Because remember, he won the Prem last year with Klopp's team.
Not yet. I wouldn't say he's a fraud. I'd say more of a bad decision, bad investments, in my opinion, more than fraud.
So would you say like maybe he'd been a bit too overrated?
Yeah, for sure.
Cold,
For
I
sure.
agree.
Cool is calm and won the league in his first season. Cool, but you know what I mean. Now it's like do it again or prove us wrong by performing and whatnot.
Yeah.
And obviously the past few games, it hasn't been that. You can see even to be fair, never mind the past. It's the start of the season, to be honest, because even when they were winning them games, bro, it weren't convincing wins.
They were shaky.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, very shaky wins, and you could see the deficiencies in the plays that he presents, and like AR said earlier, it's bloody hell, like the back four is wide open, and that's because of Slot's system. He get the players are more on the ball, whereas with Klopp's system it was more, things are done with intent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we're pressing with intent, we're defending with intent, we're attacking with intent. Whereas now you're on the ball more with Slot, and you're having to unlock teams and build up plays and whatnot. So yeah, I wouldn't call him a fraud. I'll probably say more of bad decisions. You know what I mean? Yeah, they shouldn't have bought Isak. Let's be real. They shouldn't have bought Isak.
Especially after they got Ekitike.
Exactly. He might kick on later on. Who knows? But they shouldn't have got Isak, man. That's a bad decision. Very bad decision. And I reckon Slot was pushing that hard. I reckon.
Yeah, because Alexander Isak was their number one from the get-go, and they couldn't sign him because Liverpool wouldn't.
Yeah.
I think he's also a bad signing because the fact Liverpool's gone up to it and still properly pushed for it, even though they've literally just watched him not play for Newcastle because he wants to move, seeing how he's acting at Newcastle because he wants to move, and they're still pushing hard to get him. And now I looked at it as, you've spent 130 million, but you're still losing that because you've got to keep him happy because he'll then go do that for your team.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, I think so. But we'll move on to United. AR, yes, no, or maybe. Has Amarin changed your mind from being Amarin in to Amarin out?
I was never really Amrim. I think I don't in general endorse manager sackings mid-season, so I was never really Amrim out. I always lean towards give them time because what happens if you sign a new manager mid-season and then he also doesn't have a preseason? You know, he's wasted now 2 seasons basically.
Yeah, that's true. Funds?
No, my stance ain't changed. But obviously, if you keep going and keep doing what you're doing, you're not really gonna hear from me. You know what I mean? You're just gonna get praises from me. So I ain't really. My stance ain't changed. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be a fool and be fooled by these results and whatnot. There still are some few bits that needs improving, but yeah, no, I ain't really got much bad to say to Amrim, to be honest. He's been proving me wrong past few weeks.
Would you say now we've won 3 in a row and we've beat Liverpool and we've beat Brighton, which obviously is, in my eyes, it's a much harder opponent because I feel like every year we do go toe-to-toe with Brighton and it's one of those games where no matter how hard you convince yourself, you're still not sure, like a Fulham, like if you're going to win, if you're going to draw, blah, blah, blah. Do you feel now that you feel more optimistic for the game rather than doubtful?
A tiny bit. I'm a tiny bit optimistic, I'd say, yeah. A tiny bit still. Like I said, like I said earlier, it's not confidence. It's more I'm happier going into these games because of how we're playing. So, yeah, it's not really changed my stance, but it's kept me quiet, you know. And that's what you want, man. As a supporter, you want your managers to keep you quiet and basically keep you happy. That's what you want. Because when we don't see things going the right way, we're gonna call you out. And when we don't see changes and we don't see improvements, that's when we're gonna be there. Like, look, it's not working out. You know what I mean? Because it's been a year since he's been there, man. It's been pretty much a year, hasn't it? So it's like we ain't seen much. We've seen glimpses, but we ain't seen much. But you know what I mean? He's just gotta go on a mad run, bro. That's the only way he can save himself right now. He's go on a mad run and make the right decisions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's gonna win every game from now or he's gonna, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like he's got to go on a really impressive run where we will be quiet and they'll keep him his job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't want Amrim to fail, bro. I don't want Amrim to fail. No way.
No.
I don't want him to fail, bro. But I'm gonna say how I feel and how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
No, I agree. Totally agree. We're gonna move to Arsenal. AR. Yes, no, maybe. Do you see Arsenal bottling this?
I think we seal the deal this season.
Why?
Just our consistency. We're more solid at the back. We have more depth now. I think that killed us last season was injuries, but now, if we have players like Saliba out, we're not panicking. We have Mosquera, Saka's out. We still have cover, so I'll say we have more cover now. So I'm less worried game to game now.
I hear it. Fonz?
You know what? Yeah, it gets harder every week, bro. When you see these men win, it gets harder.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it's harder, bro.
And I will say it's hard to say straight away, yeah, because when you watch them play like a Fulham, like, and it's taken them to like the 75th minute for them to score, and you think, surely the game should have been done at half time.
There's a saying: goals wins your games, defense wins your leagues. But I'll be real. If they keep relying on the defense, bro, it's gonna be hard, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna backfire.
It's gonna be hard. But if Gyökeres kicks on, or if Saka goes on a mad thing, and then the defense still stays locked in, and Gabriel don't go on you know how he is sometimes last season, bro. He can go on a little head loss type of thing.
Yeah.
If they do that, they've got a chance. They've got a chance. But then 1-0 wins and relying on the defense, they better sort that out.
There's only so many times you can do that.
Yeah, bro. I'm saying this because I'm a defender. I'm a defender myself. I'm a midfielder. Yeah. I can play anywhere on the pitch, but people rely on me in defense and midfield. As Trimless, bro.
Yeah.
You, as a defender, bro. We want you lot up there to score goals, bro, to make it easier for us at the back. Because because the defenders take a lot of the flack when it comes to conceding goals and mistakes and whatnot. So when you lot are up there having so many chances, or you're having so much possession on the ball up there, we need you lot to put them away, man, because it takes ease off. It makes it easy for us at the back, easier for us to defend, easier for us to concentrate. You know what I'm saying? So I think if that can happen, bro, they'll have a chance, bro, for sure. I'm not happy by saying it either, 100%. But hey, you gotta be realistic. You know what I mean?
We're gonna move to Tottenham. And the question is, and I think it's a bit optimistical because I wouldn't say not necessarily newish to the new sort of Champions League where you could be 10th in the league and still win the champs. Do you think Arsenal are gonna do well in the Premier League? AR.
Yeah, Arsenal are gonna do well in the Premier League.
Sorry, the Champions League. The Champions League.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're actually more of a knockout team because you saw last season, like our defense is so solid that like, no one really wants to face us in the knockouts. I think we'll definitely do well, whether we win it or not. The thing with champs is quite luck based. Like what happens if Saka is out for a second leg with a random injury, then like everything changes. It's kind of hard to tell, but I definitely think we're one of the main contenders this season.
No. We're on about Tottenham.
Oh, Tottenham. Sorry. Do I think Tottenham will do well in the Champions League?
Yeah. And if so, how far do you see them getting?
I think they can make the quarterfinals. Semi-finals, I'm not too confident with that, but I think they can make the quarterfinals.
They'll be lucky to even reach quarterfinals, in my opinion. Probably.
I agree.
Probably round of 16. Probably around the 16. It's a different kettle of fish than Europa League, mate. So yeah, probably around the 16.
Yeah.
And they ain't got some. Does Maddison even play anymore?
He's injured. He's out for the season. He's out for the season.
What did he do? ACL?
Yeah.
Bloody Nora. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, with the couple players that they're gonna be missing as well is. That were important for them last season in the Europa League, and it's a different ball of game. You know what I mean?
It's a bit hard to get behind them when they've got the best cam that's not available. Again, like the defense is a mistake away from absolutely losing its mind.
Yeah, their strikers ain't even. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know that. So it's like
I think they should have signed a striker in the summer. 100%. Unless they start playing like a Brennan Johnson up front, like we all know how sneaky he is. Like he could play for a different team and it's still bad. I don't see a world Tottenham do well when they've got whether it's Solanke, whether it's Richarlison. They're not Champions League players, and that's the fact. That's the hard.
To be honest, let's be real. They're not. With that squad that they've got, bro, they're not even top 6, bro.
No,
I think they make top 6 easily. They make top 6 easily.
Well, they wouldn't beat Barca. They wouldn't beat Inter Milan. They wouldn't beat Probably the
Wait, are we talking
Probably
top six
Arsenal.
Prem or top six
they won't beat
Champions League?
PSG in the Champions League.
Oh, thing is, it's quite a bit of luck. There's lot. If you get a favorable draw, then they can make top six. I mean, they play big teams well. They beat City away from home. They play PSG well. They tend to play big teams well in general.
Yeah, but
So,
overall in the season, bro, overall in the competition, you're not
but
being
Champions
put.
League is just one game though. Like Chelsea in
Yeah, you're not wrong.
2021
You're not
with
wrong.
Tuchel, were they really a good team throughout the season? No, but they caught fire at the right time. They were a good knockout team, very solid at the back.
Yeah.
So you just need one favorable call your way you can win it. Champions League is not like the Premier League. You don't need 38 games to prove
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah,
You
yeah,
just
yeah.
need to play well on
You
your
need to
night.
play well every game in that competition.
Like even Mourinho said the league is harder than the Champions League.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I do.
For
Yeah,
sure.
I do back it. Yeah,
For
because
sure.
with the fingers of the Champions League compared to the Premier League, the
Maybe
Champions
quality.
League quality and as much as Champions League, like it does bring in like teams like Slavia Praga and like Celtic and these not to say they're small teams because they're all big teams in their respective country, but within the Premier League, like this season, like we've got Bournemouth moving like prime Barca, like maybe not that, but you see what I'm saying? Like Sunderland have just come from Championship and they're beating Chelsea, like they who did they beat? They beat someone else, like, and they were like they're comfortably, but like they're killing it, bro. Leeds are up there, and Leeds are one of those teams that, bro, they'll always fight. With the Champions League, it's always hard to predict. I think they're gonna win it all. Like you can have favorites, but to be realistic, there's no like, oh, they're gonna win it. They're gonna win it. Unlike the Premier League, again, like see either Arsenal or Liverpool. The teams that come up or the teams that have managed to stay in, they're more hungrier than ever because unlike the Champions League, the Premier League's got relegation. So you've got to play well. Otherwise, you go down a division. It's not you go to the Champions League, then you go straight to the conference. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's more competitive in the aspect of like fight spirit and just everything that comes with it. Because remember, these teams that like Sunderland, like a Burnley, like a Leeds, they've come from the Championship and they've worked all their way up. The last thing they want to be doing is going back down.
Yeah.
So they're going to be pulling. They're going to be pulling like long throw-ins. Like I hate long throw-ins. I think they're so boring. But I like it when these smaller teams do it because then it like plays a trick on like the big boys. Do you see what I'm saying? That's my opinion on it. Man City. I couldn't think of it for Man City because they're a bit up and down. So I just put. Do you ever think Man City will reach that sort of dominance again? They are.
That's another I don't know question, man.
To be fair, I mean, this is a very hard variables to like say if something so far in the future happens. It's kind of impossible to predict. I mean, someone like Pep already said he doesn't want to be at Man City past like 2027. His contract ends after next season. I mean, will Pep's successor be as good? That's kind of a hard task, I mean, it's certainly possible that, as dominant, but the chances of that happening, especially with the new age Prem, I think is less likely in my opinion.
Yeah. Bonds?
Yeah, I'll probably go with the same with AR, to be honest with you. I didn't look at it as the new Prem type of thing, but as he's explained it, the way the new Prem is set out and all these teams are getting money and new owners and not even just the money, the players that they're bringing in, and yeah, it's gonna be hard, man. Especially with all these new managers as well, with the new tactics and new foundations, new coaches and whatnot. So it's gonna be hard for Pep to do it in the season because, like AR said, he's gonna leave at 2027.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard for him to find that dominant level again, maybe. So good level, yes, but dominant in a season.
It's a push.
Yeah, it's a push
It's
still.
a push. On that note, I forgot what I was going to ask. Oh, yes. When you look at the table this year, so I'm just writing names down. When you look at the table this year and you see Man United aren't doing amazing, but they win a game, then they go straight to 5th. Tottenham they're like, I feel like they've lost more than they've won, but they're actually third. I'm forgetting Bournemouth's like second. You forget Sunderland's like, but from 12th to 5th, it's so tight. Do you think this is the first time in a long time where the Premier League's been this sort of like dominant, where any teams can have the opportunity of going Champions League? Like, I think it's so tight this year.
It was like that last year, bro. We've seen Forest, we've seen Aston Villa, and other teams get there. You know what I mean? So I want to say last season was as close as this season, but I'll say that we've seen a glimpse of this season, last season, with our lower teams getting up there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the only team I'll probably be surprised of is Sunderland, bro. I'll be real. But other than that, bro, I'm not really surprised that Bournemouth are up there, because as much as Bournemouth aren't always up there, but they are one of the teams that when you do go against you, they're like, oh, it's gonna be tough up there, because not only are they good defensively or can be a rowdy crowd, they got good players. So I'm not surprised. We've seen glimpses of it of this last season. You know what I mean? So
do you definitely think it's better that the 3 teams that have come up from the Championship are actually staying up? Because obviously last season, the teams that came up went straight back down. Whereas now, like, I don't think people had doubts, but no one expected Wolves to be this bad or West Ham to be this bad. Like, we're forgetting as well, Nottingham Forest, they're in relegation right now. Whereas then you've got Sunderland that are like 4th. Yeah. So do you not think it's better now that these teams are coming up and they're actually fighting with the big dogs rather than they're coming up and come straight down? Because I think last year, the fact Ipswich came up and they went straight back down, like, bro, it's just rubbish. Like, it's boring.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good for neutral fans like us. You know, you know what I'm saying? It's good to see that these lower clubs are coming up and they're not, backing down like Norwich. They used to come up. They'll win the Champions League, come up and then go back next season. Like, you know what I mean? So it's good to see. It's good to see and good to watch. But like I said, I'm not surprised, bro, because we've seen glimpses of this. We're saying Wolves and West Ham, they were both equally as bad last season than they were as much as they are this season. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not surprised, but but it's good to see that these lower teams are coming up and they're staying up, have fighting and whatnot. It's good to see, man. I like it. It's good competition.
It is. No, it is. And it's like when we played Sunderland not too long ago, it was like a breath of fresh air, because obviously me growing up watching football, it was always like these Stokes, Sunderland, these West Broms, and obviously they've gone down and have not come back up. Whereas I guess you could even make a shout for Newcastle when they went down. Like, it was so weird them not being there, and it's nice to see these teams coming back up, like Burnley and like Leeds. Because again, these are teams that will come up and like they are now, they're fighting. But we're gonna move on to predictions now, and get this wrapped up real quick. So the first game we've got is on Saturday, Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest. AR, talk to me.
United win.
What's the score?
Is it away? Where's the game being played?
It's at Forest, isn't it?
It's at Forest. I guess 2-1. 2-1 is 2-1 is a safe bet in my opinion.
To United.
Yeah, 2-1 to United.
And who scores?
Probably I'll say Cunha and
You can only pick one.
All right, Cunha. I think Cunha scores.
Cunha, Bonds.
I'll go with 2-0 United. Probably go with Cunha still. Yeah, let's go Cunha.
I'm going to go 2-0 too. But I'm going to go in Bramo because I'm hungry for points. Yeah. AR, we got Burnley. Arsenal versus Burnley.
Arsenal win.
What's the score?
3-0.
Really?
Where's the
who's-
game?
Let me double check. I think it's at. Oh wait, let me check. I think it's at the Emirates. Oh no, it's at Burnley. Who scores AR?
Gyökeres.
Yuck. Fonz.
Where are Burnley in the league?
I can fact check it. Burnley are 16th. So
Oh.
2 off relegation.
Oh, flipping out. I'll go with 2-0 Arsenal. Let's hope the guy had that 1-0 mentality,
2-0.
man.
And who scores?
Let's go with Eze.
Eze.
Uh,
I'm keeping it safe. I'm going 1-0. I go Gabriel. You know them set piece corners.
yeah.
Then we got at 5:30. We got a big one. Listen to me. We got Chelsea versus Spurs, and this is at the. I probably should have written this down. It's at Tottenham Stadium. AR, chat to me.
Chelsea, Tottenham. Chelsea. I reckon 3-2.
High scorer.
Yeah. Chelsea Tottenham games are always bangers.
And who scores?
I reckon Gui, the Spanish kid.
That's a shout.
Yeah.
Gui. Mark, name's Mark. Mark Gui.
Yeah, Mark Gui.
Yeah. Right, Fonz.
I'll go with 4-3 Chelsea still.
And who scores?
I'll go with Esteban. Yeah.
God, this is tricky. I don't know why. 3-1. 3-1. Do you know what? Give it Casado. Because he's been scoring bears recently. Then Saturday, 8 p.m. kickoff. We've got the good old 5 on it. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. AR.
Liverpool win.
Yep.
3-1.
And who scores?
I think Ekitike gets on the score sheet.
Fonz.
Oof. Aston Villa are good, but they're a bit of an up and down team as well. They are.
This is definitely the hardest one to try and predict.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like saying Liverpool wins, but then I can't think of someone who'd score.
I don't know, man. I don't want to say Liverpool win, but at this rate, in this situation, I might have to, because I don't see Villa.
Remember, Villa just did beat Man City.
Yeah, I know, boy. I'll go with. You know what? Yeah, just to keep the hope of them man keep losing, and I'll go with 1-0. 1-0 Aston Villa.
And who scores?
Who have they even got, bro?
This is what I mean.
I'll go with what's his name? What's his name?
Rogers.
No. We'll go with
Onana. That little
Yeah.
Belgian dude. Yeah, he's cold.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Obama. Onana. No. I don't want Liverpool to win. But then, it's like, surely they don't do Do you know what? I'll go 2-1. 2-1 Aston Villa. And give it... Do you know what? Just to mock it, give it Sancho. Next up, we've got Man City versus Bournemouth. AR, talk to me.
Man City win.
Yep.
I reckon 3-1.
3-1. Who scores? Oh, yeah, and you can't say Haaland or Salah because that's like point farming.
Okay. Let me take a guess. I think Marmoush.
I swear he's been out injured for a while.
I think
Does
he's
he even
back.
play?
He was on the bench last game.
Because he had that knee injury in it when he went to go play for Egypt. 3-1 Marmoush.
I think I saw him on the bench last game.
Do you want me to double check?
Yeah, you can double check.
Man City injuries. Because because I remember when he got injured, it was huge. Because apparently he was like meant to be out for time. Injuries, Man City injuries. Come on, talk to me. Rodrigo's out. Oh, mad. Haaland might not be playing. Oh no, so he is back and fit. Yeah, so yeah, but you can say Marmoush. Buns.
I'll go 2-1 City. I'll pick.
2-1.
Who scores for them? I'll go with Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo Silva. And then,
I should have went with Semenyo, to be honest, but
I'm going 1-1, and I'll put it Semenyo because he's on fire. Semenyo, right? So I've got it all sorted. So obviously I'm gonna send all these to Trims because he sorts all this. That's gonna be the end of the podcast, people. We've been on for 2.5 hours. But look, the boss ain't here. The boss didn't come to work, so I had to step in. Remember,
It was fun.
Every 9 p.m. every Tuesday. You want to get involved? Check the description because my socials are in there. Trimless socials are in there. Message one of us. We'll add you into a WhatsApp. And then it's an open community. So if your team's just beat another team and you want to gloat, you can come and join and you get on it. Or unless you're a Man United fan, then come right in. We need more of you. If you're a Tottenham fan, don't bother. If you're a Man City fan, I'd like you to join because I think you get spit roasted. Everyone, you got to remember to subscribe and leave a like. And we'll be here next Tuesday for the Project Prem. Hopefully, Trimless is back. Bless.